Could be doing anything in town.
Okay. Right, I've started the recording. We are coming into session 28. It is time to play some Warhams.
Are you ready to roll?
So, last we left off, Ruiz had been investigating the case of the mysterious missing money that allegedly our dearly departed friend, quote-unquote, Siegfried, had decided to do away with. Much to the confusion of everybody else. Ruiz managed to find some money hidden away in none other than Big Sig's room. This, of course, being Sigric, the other Sig on the ship, who was probably a lot more liked, actually, but now has been established as a thief, and maybe that will change people's opinions. As we come to the morning of the next day, payday for the crew, incidentally, but that's already been settled in its bill by Romolo. As we come into the morning, the town of Kemperbad can be seen just rising out of the morning fog as the sun climbs into the sky. It is a large town with a walled defense. It's got these large stone walls protecting it from the nearby forest. On its southern flank, there is a large cliff face where the River Reich meets the River Ster in a confluence. There is a lock system built here that looks very well maintained and well guarded. In fact, there appears to be a garrison posted on it with no small amount of gunpowder equipment to deal with any unwilling or would-be toll dodgers, as it were. On the other side of the river, there is a rope bridge that crosses from one side of Kemperbad to the other. On the other side, it's mostly a garrison, like fortress/prison, that leads down south towards the city of Nuln, known for its black powder forges, and is the provincial capital of Wissenland. The ship comes in from the north, coming down the River Reich, just over here, and most of the crew have gathered on the top deck, where they are eager to hear the upcoming quote-unquote debate between the elves and Ruiz, who have apparently brought themselves to some serious disagreements over what happened to their late comrade Siegfried. As far as the general mood on the ship is concerned, most of the crew are just looking forward to getting to Kemperbad. It's a well-known town. Most of them have heard good things about it. It is a free state, or free city, Freistaat, which means that there is no nobleman, there is no duke, no lord that rules over this place. Instead, it is governed by a council of merchants. Much similar to Bogenhafen, in fact. As a consequence of this, the Council of Merchants and the culture in Kemperbad is a little bit more cosmopolitan than it might be elsewhere in the Empire, and also quite a bit more affluent, as the people living here have made enough money from the lack of taxation from any kind of noble parasite that they've been able to acquire a certain degree of affluence. Of course, all of this is yet to be discovered as the crew begins to gather together on the deck of the ship. Big Sig stands to the side near Kern, watching fervently as Ruiz comes forward to present the evidence that he's found.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so very many things have become clear. Firstly, the man who was killed in an accident, defended issue. This much has been proven, I think. There has been an apology. And then secondly, we can prove that this man was a thief. Money has turned up in hidden compartments. Quite a lot of gold taken from the pocketbooks of the crew and, of course, the captain. I've spoken to the crew as well. They understand that these accidents happen. In fact, there is a precedent earlier on in our voyage. when the dead thief himself shot a crew member in very similar circumstances. I have presented all of this, however, I do fear that the elf will throw everything out of the boat and just say it is all circumspect. If this is so, there will be a duel. But I am hoping we can avoid such outcome, and the elf will see sense, and the elf, along with all our friends here, to encourage the elf.
Well, where is your proof of this supposed evidence that you seek to bring before us? Says Alphys, with his arms crossed, looking unhappy.
Alphys. That's a question.
Yes, Captain?
Are you the captain?
No, I am not.
Then shut up.
He's not even the most senior elf.
I fix my gaze right back onto Ruiz.
Alphys scowls, looking quite unhappy at being rebuked by a lesser being.
Speaking of Captain, maybe you would like to reveal the evidence that has been handed to you now, yes?
I'm not the accuser. You present the evidence yourself.
Who actually has the box at the moment? The box of 5 crowns.
I thought the captain had it.
Yeah, didn't Ruiz bring it to you in private?
Yeah.
Well, no, I persuaded Big Sig to.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah,
yeah.
Big Sig came to you and confessed that he was a part of the smuggling that Siegfried had been doing. Yeah, and then he gave you the money. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, carry on.
Well, I happen to know from an anonymous source that there is a box that was full of crowns, and that box was handed to the captain, and that is why I'd like him to reveal it now to everyone to see.
I withdraw the said box. Yes, I place it on a barrel that's on the deck, and
That's right, I'm just going to take it up and just like wave it around my head very dramatically.
Yeah.
Okay, now we will open the box. What do you think is in here, dear crew? Right, do you think it's full of sandwiches? No, it is full of something.
Ruiz, do you have to be so dramatic? Can you just open the box?
I am a distro, so yes, I must. Must you be a lick spittle?
Get on with it already.
I opened the box anyway, and I'm assuming the gold's still in there.
Kern, is it still in there? Did you pinch any from it?
well, oh no, I'm actually done a good thing, kept it all there.
You left all 5 crowns in the box?
Yep.
Okay. Right, yep, Ruiz opens the box and revealed within, sure enough, is 5 gold crowns. A muttering goes through the crew as they all see this, and they start nudging each other and muttering quietly.
Also, very dramatically, I'm going to take the sort of purse, if it's in a purse, whatever it's in, and just tip it upside down so the coins just drop onto the deck. Now that is a lot of money for any one of the crew to collect, yes?
That's like 2 years' wages, that is.
Yes, you're not going to win this gambling on deck, are you? Where can 5 golds come from? Why, only one place. From the profits of this vessel.
Every player character who's currently on the deck, please make an easy perception test.
Huzzah!
Wow. How the fuck?
Huzzah!
Wow, you're all garbage.
Huzzah!
Yes, and is this like Thingy now, the anime show? Objection.
Let me just see if this works.
Has there been an update to Foundry since last week?
I think that works. Yeah, so I can send whispers. That's nice.
Oh my god! I got a little whisper because I succeeded.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Okay. So carrying on. Yeah. So all the crew have seen this. Alphys looks expectantly at Antarius. He doesn't want to interrupt again after being told off like a child.
It is highly coincidental that there have been 2 locked boxes found. There's the one that Ruiz found, and the one that Romulo found. Or the one that was delivered anonymously. I am apprehensive to accept this information, mostly because there was 2 lock boxes found. Who was the one that delivered the one with 5 crowns to the captain?
Excuse me, senor, but when I found a box and you knew nothing about the second one, you said that was ridiculous. So make up your mind.
I would
My
like to
lord
say
makes a
that-
fair point. One of these is a lie. One of these is obviously made up. Someone's trying to cover their tracks, but which one of you is it?
I would let you know that both boxes were found within the same time frame. I was in possession of the box we see now, while the second was discovered.
Okay, well, let me cut to the chase.
So-
This is very logical. But, whether there is a second thief is irrelevant. The fact is that there was a thief in the form of Sig.
How does this prove this was?
What? I'm not a
smuggled?
thief! Shouts Big Sig suddenly.
No, not you. Other Sig. Dead Sig.
No, I'm definitely not a thief!
Now, okay.
Okay, but listen. This is the logic I am trying to say. Whether there is another thief is neither here nor there right now. The fact is that.
Well, we found 2 lock boxes, so obviously there is a thief somewhere outside of Dead Sig.
Yes,
Correct.
but it does not matter. All we need to do is prove that Dead Sig was a thief, and there is one of these must be.
So
his.
someone delivered a box anonymously, is what you're telling me, and then another box was randomly found.
Antarius,
Perhaps-
hold on. Antarius, can you make an average intimidate test, please?
It's funny because cunt knows both stories.
Yeah, you're like humoring both lines of bullshit.
God damn it. Why am I rolling so fucking bad?
Alright. Yep, carry on.
Yeah, all that matters is one of these belonged to Siegfried, and that means.
How can you prove that?
How can you prove it's not?
The only way that
The
I
burden
have
of proof
that-
is on the prover!
Yeah, like the only proof that we have is that there's been 2 lock boxes found with money. One has been delivered anonymously, and the other was conveniently found by Romulo.
But,
Do you
And you'll-
understand how I'm a little apprehensive
let
to
me
accept
interrupt
this
you.
information?
The box was given to me by an accomplice to the thievery. Not only that, this man was already under investigation.
So which one is it?
Well,
Would he stand forward right now, and also implicate Dead Sig with him, so he could like clear his guilt?
Let me understand
Well, he-
this. You wish another man to ruin his honest reputation. You have already slandered
His honest
mine.
reputation? He's stealing from us.
Right now, lads.
How is he honest if he's stealing from us? You guys want a thief around our ship? Tell him
Settle
to
down.
stand forward.
No, that is why we were conducting an investigation to Siegfried. You just refused to accept the results.
I need a gravel.
Because you're not giving me everything that there is. An anonymous person gave up the crowns. Where is this anonymous person?
He told me that he was misled, so I do not wish to mention his name because it would slander. And otherwise,
It was sled. How? That is the point. I need to know from this man that was working with Dead Sig, who is apparently running a smuggling operation underneath our noses. Why would we want to have him remain anonymous?
his only role in this was to be given the money to hold.
So why can he not testify?
The reason he's anonymous now is this very reason here. None of you gentlemen can act like gentlemen.
I think that Antarius has a point, actually, says Renate. Where is this man, and if he's stealing from us, he should come forward. He shouldn't be a
He
part of
has.
this crew.
He's came forward to me. He's admitted his guilt, and he's handed in the evidence.
But he can't come forward to the rest of us?
He has no need to. He's spoken to the captain.
It's
Answer me.
confidential.
And we're supposed to just be okay working
I'm
with
so-
a traitor in our midst?
We're just supposed to hand wave this whole issue?
Hardly a traitor. You trust me, if it was a man that I thought that was worth a risk, he wouldn't be on the ship anymore. Now,
But
Well, Siegfried
if
isn't,
that's the
is he?
case, if
settle
that's
the
the case, Kurt,
I-
my good captain, if that's the case, then why did you allow Siegfried, the dead man, to continue his smuggling operation and allow Romolo to operate this
Because I
entire
had
time
suspicion.
incognito? If
I
you
had
had a suspicion, you should have came forward with him, and we should have been held in this type of trial here, like this, against the man while he was alive.
Well, that's the
Instead-
deal. With what evidence? With what evidence did I have at the time?
We still have no evidence. The
There
only
is literally
evidence I have
evidence in
is
front of you
do
that you
have the
refuse to
evidence.
I
get.
have 2 lockboxes, both conveniently found at the same time, and I have no testimonies from anyone working with
Right,
Siegfried.
I've let you.
I literally was working with
long
Siegfried.
enough.
This is my testimony.
Lads, settle down.
And you
I've been
killed
saying
him!
this-
You killed Siegfried!
Yes, he did fucking kill Siegfried. What about it? It happens. It was an accident.
It happens. It happens. People get killed. It
It just
happens.
happens! It
Yeah,
just
just like
happens!
get that woman. That just happens. Why the fuck is she still on the ship, eh, Antarius? You deal with that mess first before we. Right, lads, gentlemen. I'm not gonna give up this man, because I trust my crew, and when a crewman comes up to me in confidence and admits his guilt, you know, I accept them and I trust them more. I'm gonna keep his animosity, not animosity.
And then
Pause. Romolo and Kant, the Dark Gods have an offer for you.
Listen, the last time I did this, I only
if you are willing to let them take the wheel, you will lose 2 Chaos Corruption points.
I like the fact that
for God's sake.
you're just about to shoot the elf again, and then
Yeah,
it's gonna be like, it's okay, it happens. Don't worry about it.
Hey Liam.
Yep.
I do love a bit of chaos. Go for it.
Nice.
Look,
It wasn't offered to
Kant
you.
is susceptible to this
Didn't I say
right?
Ruiz? Did I not say Ruiz? Oh, did I
You
say
said
Romolo?
You said
Did I say
Romolo.
Romolo? Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Fair enough. All right. I said Romolo. I'll stick to my guns.
Whoa,
Wait.
I don't want to get rid of some corruption too. I'll take a deal.
Well, okay. I can't give it to Romolo because I thought I said Ruiz, because Romolo saying it doesn't make sense. So Ruiz has to be the one that says it.
Reduces corruption by 1 as an apology.
I want you to know though that a crew member came up to me and said you definitely said Ruiz.
Ruiz throws his hands up in frustration and says, "Hang on."
I'm sorry, Romolo, this could hurt you.
No, it's alright, buddy. I'm down for the chaos.
Spanish, take the wheel.
The problem is that I know exactly what's happened. I know the truth, but we need to entertain Darius.
No, I mean, I know the truth, like, out of characterly too, but, like, I mean, I'm just trying to play it like I'm being in the dark.
Right, Lex, you have to say what I've just sent you in Discord, and then you can remove 2 chaos points from your sheet.
Oh,
Do I have
no.
to say
It
it?
doesn't say it.
You can paraphrase if you want, but you have to basically say.
Do I have to say it in a cold mechanical voice?
No, you don't. You have to say it as you.
Monologue it, go on.
Alright, fine. It was a big secret, and he proved it to me. Showed me the hiding place of the money. Are you satisfied now, Antarius? He also promised me that he was fooled.
Big Sig stares at Ruiz in horror, sweat dripping down his face. Oh, it wasn't me! It wasn't me! I promise I didn't betray no one! And the rest of the crew all turns their eyes towards him, staring at him.
Right now, lads, if you let him explain, he's not as guilty as.
You did fucking what? You were stealing from our wages.
I can't believe you'd do that, Big Sig. The man
I
looks
can't.
from person to person,
Oh, I hate you. You made me feel bad now.
taking a step back as all of the crew glare at him in fury.
It was you all along. You and fucking that other Siegfried. You know what? Anyone with the name Sig should just get off the fucking ship.
I'm sorry, there was a justice.
My name's Sigbold. I don't have to go, do I? No, you can stay, but he needs to go. He was nicking from us all.
He was not. He was just holding money, and he was fooled. Are you telling me none of you have ever been fooled?
So now you're trying to convince this ship that it's okay that we have thieves lying around? Murderers and thieves!
No, the
That's
thief's
all we
dead.
accept here.
Well, listen.
We ain't having no thief. Ain't having no thief on this crew.
So, Antarius, you have never killed anybody, you have never engaged in any illegal activities, you are completely clean, correct?
I've never admitted such.
Also, what's the multiple times that you have stabbed people when we have been fighting them off, such as bandits, or the multiple times that you kidnapped a young lady? They have nothing to do with anything, correct?
The
My-
issue,
My lord, with
Romolo-
all
The
due
issue
respect,
at hand
that
is that
line
you
of
are
argument
lying
might be
sack of shit.
hypocritical.
Yes.
The issue,
my point
Romolo,
here, you're
is
a lying
that
sack of
if
shit.
you would, the issue, Romolo, is that if you had all this, whatever you're doing, your investigation, if you had all of this, and if you had brought it forward, and you had given him like a trial, and we all made a decision together to kill him or kick him off the ship or do whatever we wanted to, I would not have as big a deal. The issue I have is that you took this justice upon yourself, and you chose it in a time of dire straits when we're being attacked by a kraken to kill this man. And now you're trying to use this convenient explanation of this smuggling to hand wave the whole issue. This is where I have an issue.
Sounds to me
It's not
like
the
he deserved to die because he was nicking from us. You know what?
I
Like
would,
we all did bad things in the past. We've all come
Alright.
from bad places, but you don't steal from your own. You don't steal from
You
the
don't
crew.
steal for your own. I
I'd like to
completely
make,
agree.
an
But what I
objection.
don't agree is by the methods of which he committed this act. If you were to be shot in the back, and I look at the crew member, if you were to be shot in the back while you were fighting a kraken, how would you feel? How the rest of us feel?
I would like to make objection to the captain.
Yeah, but difference is I ain't nicking from the crew.
Right.
I
We've lingered
yeah.
on this on this situation too long than needed. Run. Fuck right. Reese, say what you need. I'm gonna run
Well,
this.
by Antares' own logic, it's up to him to prove accusation. He accuses him of intentionally shooting her. He has provided no proof to this. Therefore, it must be that it was an accident, unless he
I'm
can prove.
bearing in mind the emotion that one may have towards this killing, but despite either it being an accident, premeditated, despite the fact the man did die and a member of our own crew didn't, that alone demands punishment.
Captain, may I speak as a closing statement?
I'm closing the statement.
Yes, Captain.
The fact that the man Siegfried was stealing from us does not make him any guilty. The investigation was underway, and our plan to bring the evidence and have this trial, as Antares suggested, was in my idea. Now, what am I going to do?
You need to get rid of Big Sig. He needs to go.
Big Sig.
A rumble of agreement rolls through the rest of the crew as they all nod in vigorous agreement with this notion.
Right.
Well,
I'm just.
Say we get
I'm
rid
just-
of Sig, then what? We still have a murder on the ship. They accidentally know he killed one of our crew.
Romolo killed a thief. He was nicking from our own.
I'm just going to step forwards and I'm just going to kind of spread my arms out and say, everybody here, I fall upon your judgment. You are my peers. I've been on this ship with you for many weeks. We know each other well. Some of you have come from backgrounds where, and I gesture to the bandit or the reformed bandits. Some of you have come from backgrounds where you have been forced by times to do bad things in bad situations. I gesture to the couple we recruited a couple of sessions ago. Some of you have lost others in ways that you did not expect, or even, as you did yourselves, killed them after you realized the level of their betrayal. I did not do these things. I accidentally killed. That is why I have tried to atone by giving up my own money to pay for the crew this week. I have set aside my money, all of my resources, to ensure you were paid after Siegfried's money was lost as he was carrying it. But nonetheless, I fall upon your judgment. I accept not the elves, and I will accept the captain's final word. But I will fall on you as my peers. And I just kind of sit back down and look deeply saddened.
Kearns and Romolo, can you both make opposed charm tests, please? Kearns, take a -10 modifier due to the mood of the crowd.
Oofed.
Nice.
Ideal.
I'm really thinking about it. I've just lost 2 corruption. It might be worth it.
I'm surprised. Why didn't you just use a fortune point?
Yeah, why did you just use a fortune?
Because I've just lost 2 corruption. I've only got 1 in fortune.
Well, you could use a fortune point to increase your success level if you wanted
If
to.
if you're re-rolling, I'm re-rolling.
Alright, go on
You
then.
already took it.
Wow.
Go on then.
Wow. It's got the better SL too. Oh no.
Oh no. You can fortune point it as well if you want.
Nah, I'm good, buddy.
Alright, okay. There is a large ripple in the crowd as the mood of the crew shifts from one side to the other. For the moment, it almost seems mutinous, as if they'd rather take Romolo's side and reject whatever the captain had to say. But eventually, common sense seems to take over, and they realize who it is that holds the book and holds the captain's hat at the end of the day, and they start to calm down. And eventually, they look at Kurt and say, "Well, we want justice. Big Sig has got to go. That's what we want."
Well, I'm afraid that will have to be. Man can't be
Wait, sir,
trusted in-
wait. What I said to you in confidence. Ruiz betrayed me.
Like, you said it to me in confidence. I didn't make any deals on Ruiz's behalf. That's a grudge between you two. Now, the crew are not going to sit happily with you on this ship anymore. I'm willing to forgive you and give you a second chance, but in order for that to happen, you're going to have to grovel. You're going to have to make amends with the rest of the men. You're going to have to take all their shit jobs. You have to clean the latrine, go down, screw off the barnacles off the hull.
Big Sig stands there, silent, dumbstruck for a long moment, and he looks across at all the crew. He looks at Antarius, he looks at Ruiz, and then finally he looks at Kern, and his face turns into a frown. "Well, fuck you then. If my loyalty don't mean nothing, then you can get fucked. Fuck all of you. You're all bastards anyway." He turns away and starts stomping down the stairs. And the crew let him go, but some of them give him a shoulder as he comes past, or an elbow. And it is obviously very hostile.
Oh. Oh.
Damn it.
No.
Damn it.
Why do we feel worse about this than when actually Siegfried died?
You
Right.
guys are cold-hearted bastards.
I'll tell
Well,
you
I
straight
suppose
up,
that
Rommel.
resolves that then, doesn't it? Says
Oh, yeah.
Alphys dubiously.
There's still the matter of a killing. Despite the intention, a man died, so therefore must be punished. And I believe, let's say 20 lashings.
20 lashings for Romolo?
Well, not for. Well, yeah, for Romolo. Yes, I misheard that.
It is,
There's a muttering through the crew, and then eventually they come to decide, the person that he murdered was a bad guy, but he did murder someone, so it seems fair.
Is this what it takes, crew? You need blood from this human because of what these elves say?
Antarius, are you satisfied?
I take a moment and I consider. Fine, but the next time there's an investigation like this, I want to know about it.
I'll make a hand gesture and say some rather angry sounding things.
Anybody on the ship can make a hard perception test. Anybody who was on the top deck, rather.
This is making me worried. There's something happening. We're just
Big Rick walking down.
Oh,
with a barrel
fuck
of
yeah!
Black powder.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to make some angriest sounding words at the elves.
Yeah, I'm just gonna speak to fucking saying to Louise.
Romolo, are you going to take this? I'm speaking to Lane, by the way. That's
Yeah.
the accent change. It's a very clear
Yeah.
difference in my accents. That was clearly Mario, not.
While the
you know.
Southerners are conspiring, I'm gonna just go fetch my cat of 9 if there is
Yeah,
one.
I'm just. Yes, Louise, I am not getting whipped. I'm not taking an injury for these fools. They side with the elves. That's fine. We provide evidence. If the captain wishes to change his mind and say that he's going to punish me, that is fine. But
Well,
I'll be blood on the deck one way or another, and it will not be from my back.
I could use the jewel. I'll tell them. If this happens, then we'll take a jewel.
At the end of the day, you can take the. You can take Antarius. I'll take care of Altus.
Very well. Any sense of this happening will result in jewel.
Precisely. I'm just gonna mutter and sit back and start cleaning my crossbow.
I mean, if like Romelu listened, you'd have heard. I'm not punishing him for like. Ah, fuck it. Never mind. Damn
No,
sorry.
mate.
So
It don't matter.
what?
Like,
So okay. So you go off to get this cat of 9 tails, and then what?
If there is one in the ship, I don't know. It's probably just a bit of rope with some like bits of metal on the end of it.
A piece of rope will do the trick, mate. That'll do.
Can I try and appeal to the crews? Probably like low level, but certainly their races.
You can make a hard charm test. It's very difficult to convince the crew of much at this point, especially after your interesting choice of words.
Maybe Romolo would care to join. You know?
yeah, I mean, I'd rather make it if possible.
Yeah.
Well, you've already made an opposed test against the captain and lost.
I mean, mine wasn't going to be opposed. Mine was going to be more calling on them.
No.
Do you wish to fortune point that?
Fortune. Oh, him.
He was the fortune.
Unfortunately, despite your revelations as to the truth of the nature of Big Sig's theft, it seems that the crew equally seems disappointed in you for being such a snake and a snitch. And you only managed to learn how hostile they all feel to you at the moment. And they all basically just, as soon as you start trying to convince any of them, they just tell you to fuck off in no small words.
You know, Mr. DM, I don't mind this, but yeah, why do we have to take the consequences for your actions?
Well, that's kind of the thing.
You chose the deal, buddy.
Yeah, choosing the dark deal is like...
The Chaos Gods laugh at your misery.
Yeah.
Right, well, anyway, well, fucking they're trying to swindle their way out of it again. Cunt's just got his cat of 9, he's looking at Romelu expectantly, and he just says, Romelu, this is for the punishment of killing. Everything else is out the window. Take this now, and it's all in the past. Water under the bridge.
No.
Things will get worse. We're about to head into a city. What's going to happen? Are you going to try and retaliate? Or are you going to enter that city with a ship full of dead men? And you're going to get away from that? No, it's not. We're going to enter there. You're either punished here on the ship, or you're arrested and took to the fucking jails.
I find your proposition
Trying to help you here,
interesting,
Romelu. Give me a fucking chance.
I find your proposition interesting, Captain, but I'm afraid I will bleed for no elf. And at that point, I'm going to pull out my crossbow and say, that's fucking it. I'm done with this farce. I provided the evidence. I was working for your captain. Fuck this. Drop the rope or die.
At that point, I draw my rapier.
Yeah, I'm going to draw a line.
I dropped the rope because I know the boat's heading towards the fucking... the fucking city. I was like, oh,
At the sound of this, most of the crew also turn and look at this scene in horror. There's a sound of many men pulling out their clubs. Althus draws his sword.
I'm going to loose my fucking crossbow straight at fucking Alphas. I don't give a shit.
Holy shit, dude.
Romelu, take a minute and think about what you're doing here. We're about to enter port, and you're going to start a fight. You're going to die.
Boom goes the crossbow.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my
Going to
god.
Oh,
damn it.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
God
Not
damn
my
it, guys.
boy.
Can we not fucking kill each other for
Oh,
once?
Jesus
No.
fucking Christ.
So much for being resolved in half an hour.
Yeah, fucking, I was willing. I paid. I offered things. We passed all
You
the
can't
perception
take
tests.
punishment! Fucking baby.
No, I'm a fucking gangster, dude. We don't get punished. We don't believe in it.
Hang on. Before Romulo actually
Gangsters, aren't you?
shoots his crossbow, did he see which side the crew was taking, his or the elves?
I'm
Well, it's
pretty
not-
they can be
they
on
all
the
drew
side,
weapons. It's not clear what's
They all
going on.
drew weapons as soon as he began to grab his crossbow. So I mean,
I've dropped the rope and I'm ducking out the way and I shout at the crew, "Sack 'em, men!"
oh damn!
Hang on, I actually need to generate some crew here.
Yes! Well, what?
God.
Hang on a minute.
On the bright side, the wages will be cheaper for the next few.
See, guys, if you're ever mad at fucking Liam for forcing shit on you like this, just make sure you involve all the NPCs you can in the fights.
I think Liam wasn't expecting it to be rolled so
I
well.
wasn't expecting that. But hang on a minute. We always make things happen. All right.
We create our own stories. Honestly, I do enjoy it. It gets frustrating, but it's fun.
All right. So we need these.
I fucking
dudes.
hate player-on-player combat, man.
You're the one who fucking starts it all the time, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. Holy shit, dude.
Every single time.
Literally, like every single time, it's you.
Literally.
Nah, man. I shot Alphys. What is Alphys? An MP fucking C.
He's an NPC.
He's my boy.
Mate, you
He's an
fucking
M
murdered
fucking
Lord in cold blood. Well, tried to,
Hey,
anyway.
hey,
Yeah.
that was drunk. What are you talking about?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
You've also shot Siegfried several times already at this.
Yeah, you should like the very first time you met Siegfried, you shot him in the head with their crossbow.
The Gus, come on. You shot me in the head.
I think
That was the second time you shot me.
I think Liam's gonna have to incorporate an NPC character that we can bully. Oh wait, Alphys.
Ah, Jesus.
I'm just
Jesus,
making it out, boys.
Right, hang on. Fucking hell. You guys don't make it easy for me, do you?
Nope.
It's your vice, isn't it though?
Right. Okay. Oh, dear.
Man, I'm pissed off. That's like my fucking first mate out the window now. The only person I trust I don't like. Darius.
Right. Okay. So, is there anybody missing from this scene?
I can't see the tokens for the crewman or Klaus Jaeger
Uh,
on the deck just
Because-
yet.
Just say you're not up here, I think, are you?
I think like the ghost of Siegfried is now lurking over there.
Alright.
The
Should be able to-
ghost of Siegfried is watching.
So can you
That's
see
all right,
these
after all.
dudes?
No, I can't see those dudes.
Oh, I
Can
already
anyone
rolled
see
an
those
input,
dudes?
okay.
I
Yeah.
can see those dudes.
You can see those dudes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
question marks.
Is it because you're dead, maybe? Like if I make you become not
I
dead?
don't think so. I can see everybody else.
I can see them.
I can see Renee. It's just Klaus Jaeger and the crewman don't have an icon to me.
Oh no,
I'll
they
log
don't
out
have
and
icons.
reload.
What? It's like a question mark.
I don't
Yeah.
even have the question mark showing up. That might just be me though. I can see the empty
Like they
tokens.
don't have
Weird.
avatars. They don't have like
Oh, yeah,
profile
they're
pictures.
just like silhouettes.
Yeah, they're just silhouettes.
Yeah,
That's intentional. Yeah, that's what they look like. Because I haven't got
Oh.
artwork for them. Because
You
you made me do that in like 5 minutes, so I haven't got artwork for them.
All I'm saying is I can see the square box and uninjured when my
and you target them.
mouse hovers over them. I mean, I don't need to. But
Oh.
Right. Yeah, I
It's
think
like-
it
it's curious.
probably doesn't really matter. Okay. So in this situation, I'm giving Remolo a surprise round.
I will say as well that you just dropped out the game, Ben, so it might be the fact you were
oh,
lagging.
I know I did.
Yeah.
I'm just reloading.
Oh, okay.
If it makes a difference.
All right.
I mean, it's not like I'm taking part, so.
All right. I'm unleashing all 200-pound drawstring and crossbow straight at Alpha's fucking skull.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I mean, we won the initiative.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah, they
but
did. I'm
my
giving
surprise
I'm giving him a surprise round, and then it's their go.
Oh, okay, that's
Right.
fine.
So yeah, you can go ahead and shoot him.
Are you
Okay.
making a cold shot at his head?
No. I'm just firing at him.
As that does for descriptive effect.
Oh wait, I didn't
All
put
right.
my initiative.
Oh, I haven't turned Kern on. There you go.
Tell me.
Yeah, I'll turn you on, buddy.
It's not Arthas anymore. He's now Boromir.
Oh, fucking hell. You targeted Antarius?
God damn it!
I mean, if you want to shoot me, that's fine.
They all look the same to me.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to shoot me again, that's fine. It's
No,
whatever
I'm
you
not.
want to do.
I'm aiming for Alphas.
Alright.
Okay.
Try
One
again.
second, I think I need to reload now. 1 second. I think it's reloaded. I'm not sure. It might tell me to reload now. I'm not sure.
Hang on. Let
Um,
me check. No, it is not. There you go.
No. Okay.
How far are
Fire.
we? How far from the actual town are we?
What the fuck? Fire.
You're not that far away. You're like 20 minutes out.
It's fucking reloading.
It's not reloading. It fired.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
It fired, yeah.
That is not as good a roll as it fucking was. Yeah.
Can you use a shield when you're being targeted by ranged weapons?
Yes. If it's a size average or large.
Yeah, it's
He
size
does not
large.
have a fucking shield out. That's all I'm saying. He does not have a fucking
But
shield
also,
It's true enough. True enough.
you
True
need
enough.
to decide if he has had time.
Well,
to
actually, no,
draw
because
it
he
before
drew
shot.
his weapons.
out. No, he drew them after I said I'm not being punished. Like, and then fired at him, and you said, right, I'll draw my
Yeah,
weapon.
so you
and
drew
everyone
your
their
weapon,
weapons.
and everyone drew their weapons in
Yeah,
response,
literally
and then
as you
shot.
you readied your crossbow, I
Nah.
said,
Yeah.
I'm drawing my
Yeah,
rifle.
no, I
Remember-
gave you the surprise round. I'm not also letting you target them when they're disarmed.
Oh, I can
like-
see all the characters.
Or you can shoot him and you can lose your surprise round and you can shoot him then.
What?
But he goes before you because he
Saying
has higher
Alphas
initiative.
will go first.
Oh, I see. Well, no, I'm firing at him. I
Alright.
I don't know.
Wow,
Damn, he's
Yep.
got a nice shield.
what a badass.
Okay. So the crossbow bolt slams into his shield, sending him reeling backwards in surprise and alarm, and he responds by charging Romolo. What else is he gonna do?
He's in combat with me. Can I use my fast trait here?
You can use your fast rate, yes.
Do not do this, Elf. It's very sad. You made a bad decision.
Are you gonna attack him?
Hang on. Romolo. Ah, sorry, never mind.
Romo had a surprise round, started the
Yeah,
initiative,
Romolo
so
had a
it's
surprise
first.
round at the start of initiative, and now it's gone into the first round. Okay. So you're targeting him. I think he has a -10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he does. He's defending against a fast weapon.
Should be a -10. How does he do?
Hang on.
Oh, he
Ruiz,
fails.
Why were you
Ooh.
targeting? Oh,
Ooh,
see.
Ooh,
my boy.
ooh,
Kill the fucker.
ooh! Your boy is gonna take a beating. Ow! Fuck!
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Fuck that bitch.
oh! Fuck him up! Holy shit!
Fuck that bitch. This is Russia.
You are the
Oof.
machine.
So I held you the machine.
Liam,
Yeah.
you've forgotten to apply the shield AP to that.
What do you mean?
That's because he got stabbed in the fucking head.
Shield provides a 3. That shield, it adds 3 AP to all armor when it's used to block.
Use a shield to oppose an incoming attack, which he did. So he was targeted in the right arm.
So he should have his normal armor plus an additional points from the shield.
Why is that happening? Hang on a minute. Let me check his shield. Shield 3. No, it has shield 3. So that should have gone through. Okay, so I give him 3 wounds back. I don't know why that's not applying. It should do.
Hang on.
If you use this weapon to
Ruiz's
oppose an
impale
incoming
should
attack,
have-
which he did,
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't Impale do something about armor?
Impale can kill with a single clean blow. He didn't crit. That wasn't a critical, so it's not relevant.
Fast shouldn't make an impact with regards
Fast
to
should not be
shields.
relevant either.
Yeah, it literally says
No.
that for skills defense is normal, so.
It doesn't
Yeah.
say anything. It should be applying his shield. I'll ask in the Discord why that's not happening. Let me just take a screenshot of that. Hang on.
Yeah, because with the weapon having a shield 3 quality, it should automatically. I mean, I might not have questioned it had it been a shield 2, because I don't know if he's got armor on or not, but.
Where is Foundry? There it is. I've asked him
Quite
that Discord.
interesting.
But yeah,
Oh,
he
hang
he
on.
should. What?
Have you defined the shield as offhand or main hand?
It is defined as
Definitely got it
offhand.
equipped. That's interesting, because in Lorne's character sheet, I can see that the shield AP is actually taken into account on his statistics and that. I can see he's got 3 toughness, 4 toughness, 2 shield, 3 AP.
Maybe if
regular armor.
I unequip the shield and put it back on.
It should show up in combat as its own separate thing. You should have a green icon, a silver icon, and a brass icon.
Oh, it's there now. That's fucking weird.
Good. Oh, at
That's-
least it's sorted for any other attacks.
It should be fixed now. He's got it now. But yeah, he should have had an extra 3 there. Okay. Alright, well that's sorted. Ruiz gains 1 advantage. Althus attacks Romolo.
Do I need to target or do I just defend?
You
it?
do need to target
You
him,
can
yeah.
just defend. Oh, does he need
Okay.
to target? I thought it automatically.
Yeah, because
defends
it's an
if you
opposed
use the
test.
weapon.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm gonna re-roll that bitch.
Oh. Okay. Right.
No, I fuck, did the wrong thing.
You did the wrong thing. Right. Okay, so...
Sorry. Yeah, but I've spent the point and I'm just dodging again, essentially.
Right, okay, just roll your dodge.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, great. But exactly
So,
the same.
no difference.
Yeah.
No difference in result.
Then fortune point.
I'm going to fucking dark deal it.
Oh wow!
The
Oh
same-
Oh my god!
How were you meant to get a better result?
What do you mean?
To point out to Romolo that he couldn't actually pass that opposed test when Alphys rolled a 5.
Yeah, you're not
Oh.
actually capable of beating him. His success
Great.
level is too high.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay.
You took 3 points of damage. Relax.
Yeah, it's 3.
Don't
Oh,
stop
okay.
fights if you can't fucking take it.
Also, no, it's because it said 10, and I was like, holy fucking shit.
Well, you had all that
Yeah,
AP
that's
reduction.
before you
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
toughness
Oh,
and
fair enough.
all
Yeah,
that malarkey.
I didn't realise that.
Which is why Ruiz's attack was so damaging.
Yeah.
10 damage after all that.
Should be an 11, I think. It's 14 damage.
Hold on just 1 second. I'm doing something with the crewman.
Okay.
Oh, great. Yeah, there's fucking grenades as well. I'm assuming everybody's off screaming.
Big Sig, better show up and become a hero.
Why? You ratted him out. Why would he show up?
I didn't rat him out.
Hey,
I can't believe you ratted
yeah,
him out.
You didn't.
You monster.
Okay, so okay, they all have fucking names now, so they're all not just called fucking crewmen, which was driving me insane. There we go. Right, so it is Renee's turn. Renee looks horrified at this turn of events and moves herself towards lower deck, where she runs downstairs, presumably to get something or someone. Antarius.
Seeing Romolo shoot Althus, I also charge forward and try to stab fucking Romolo.
Okay.
Why am I not? Hold on, I'm not moving for some reason.
Can I?
Well, try again next turn. Okay.
Just try again next turn. What the...
Ooh, oh dear.
Are you re-rolling?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Also,
re-roll
you forgot to
that.
take your charging.
Oh, how much is this charging?
Plus 10.
Is that?
It's an actual
Oh.
tick. It's
Ah.
essentially plus 10 though.
Well, if you want to fortune point it, delete that.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll delete that test, spend your fortune point, and then just re-roll it and tick charging this time.
Okay, hold on.
Fortunately though, because Ruiz attacked, what's his face?
Yeah,
You're not
you're not
outnumbered.
outnumbered.
God.
There's no outnumber. Yeah.
Fortune spent. Okay, well, that's my roll. So, whatever. Yeah, I figured.
All right. Successful dodge, so you managed to avoid the incoming blow from Antarius. Increase your advantage.
Mine's back to 0.
Kern.
Right, Cunt's gonna run for the wheel,
Okay.
and once he's at the wheel,
As you come rushing up the stairs, Klaus Jaeger leans back against the freeboard, where he had been standing, smoking a pipe, watching this situation unfold.
as I
And
pass, sorry, go on.
He just says to you, "Wow, this is so much more than I signed up for. What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, just hold on to something, right? And as I say that, I grab the wheel, and suddenly just jerk spin the full wheel to the. What way are we going to? It'd be to the left.
Towards Kemperbad.
Basically, I'm just
I think he's
spinning.
wanting to try and throw.
I'm
Ruiz
spinning the
Romolo
boat
off
left
the side.
in a sharp turn, so the boys at the side of the boat fall off.
You are fully aware that this is a fucking barge. Like
It's a body. It can't move that
gonna-
quickly.
Yeah, it's gonna drift. It's gonna drift slowly left. Okay.
I mean, sure enough, when you're on a river, you're on at a certain speed, and you just spin it, and the boat will just turn quickly.
No.
God
And
damn
that
it.
depends on
I
how
mean, to be
strong
fair,
the current is.
if you ground the ship, that might be a problem for them.
Yeah.
Round the shit. Oh my god.
Right.
So turning it in and of itself isn't going to fling anyone off. But if you slam into the side of the riverbank, that is probably going to be a problem for people, and also for the boat.
Right, I ran the complete wrong direction, but I'm still going to turn the boat so it sits awkwardly in the water.
What? So
Right.
you're going to evergreen it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You're going to evergreen the
This
fucking boat.
is a shipping lane. Someone's going
Yeah.
to notice it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're literally like 15 minutes away from a major toll station. Like, there are people who could probably hear the sound of steel.
They're probably like seeing this and they're like, what the fuck?
There's probably someone with binoculars in the watch
Okay,
tower,
so
isn't there?
the barge groans as it begins to spin and turn, drifting in the water. Ruiz.
Can't attack because he's already attacked.
Yeah.
Could I want to try and... I don't know, does it count as an action probably, but I wanted to try and grapple the elf, put sword in his throat and see if we can negotiate a settlement.
No, you've already attacked.
I would have dropped my fucking heavy crossbow and pull
If
out
you
my
want to
pistol.
move, you need to spend all your advantage, but you've got less than, so you aren't.
Right, I can't move, or...
It doesn't... Actually, no, Althus should only have one advantage.
I
You
should
should
have
have two,
zero,
one
shouldn't
for
he?
charging
No, Althus
and one
lost his opposed test against Ruiz, and then he attacked you. And
Then he
won,
won
so has
against
one advantage.
Warhammer, yeah.
Yes, but you also gained the one for charging. Ruiz's attack had to happen before Alpha's moved.
Right, but he lost the advantage.
Yeah, but he lost that advantage.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's not rules, Lloyd. Let's just...
Yeah,
break
yeah,
it.
he's got one
Right.
advantage. Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
Sorry, can
you
I-
have equal advantage. If you want to move away, you can, but you need to pass a dodge test.
No, I just want to move there and make a little room for...
You just want to maneuver. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot fucking Alphas in his goddamn head.
You can shoot him.
Yeah. God damn it! I'm not dealing this bitch.
Oh my god, no, my boy!
Oh my god.
Look how
You're
they ma-
engaged.
Look how they massacred my boy.
The pistol doesn't require engagement.
I think it does not actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use this attack in close combat. You can. Yeah.
Oh, I know you can use it in close combat, but I thought there was a penalty to it.
What's that fucking elven bitch doing?
Dying, I think.
Good.
Yeah, he may
He's
be
eating
dying.
shit.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he might be fucked. What?
What?
Oh, has he run out of arrows?
No,
Hang
I've
on
got
a minute.
30 arrows.
No, he's got bolts. It should be doing
Yeah.
+7 damage.
Oh, do you mean fucking
What the fuck?
shot?
No,
Arrows,
it's
damage
a
arrows.
crossbow pistol.
Have you actually got it equipped? Is it
Yeah, I
because
should do.
yeah, you've got crossbow crystal and dagger equipped.
Yeah.
You targeted no damage values. That doesn't make any sense.
Do you want me to roll again and you can just fix it?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll again. Rather the fucking crit. So.
Edit your result to 70. What the fuck? Right, so if he rolls with his shield.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
No.
Right. His result was a 69.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's a double critical hit against Elphys then.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh no, he's
Yeah,
dead.
he's like his daddy.
No, he's fucking dead.
Yep. Hang
I-
on a minute.
After I shoot, I'm assuming did he just die by the way then?
No, he's not dead. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm applying the critical wounds to him.
Yeah, well, it just says he's dead. So.
Right, so you shoot him, the crossbow bolt, as he raises his sword to stab you, you raise your own crossbow bolt in turn, and you fire. The elf screams in pain as his hand explodes in a squirt of blood. And he falls backwards, collapsing onto the ground, squirming on the floor. His hand is now pinned to the back of the wheel, in front of Kernt. And Alphys is on the floor, blood pouring out of his amputated limb.
I'm just gonna shout at the crew like, I don't want to do that to any of you, but I will if I have to. And end my turn.
Run.
It seems like he needs a medic. I will save his life if you just simply let us walk off this port.
Make a challenging intimidate test, Romulo.
Which one of us? Me, okay. Charles and Jane. Come on, baby, I believe.
Oh my god, both elves are missing a hand!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, hang on. Antarius, are you missing your right hand?
Oh. Sorry.
I am. Yeah.
So you've got one pair of
You got one pair of hands between you!
one left and one.
Holy shit!
Ooh, Christmas would be
Oh
cheaper.
my god!
Just buy one
You
pair
can
of
buy
gloves.
one pair of gloves for both of them.
Liam,
yeah.
what difficulty did you say? Because I actually
Challenging.
thought it was
Challenging.
Okay,
Kern-
it's fine then, yeah.
Kern, can you make a challenging leadership test, please?
Do you want to, Kern? I'm trying to keep your men alive. Never mind.
Fuck.
Oof.
As fucking god.
As the crew sees Althus collapse to the ground, blood pouring from his palm, many of them that had drawn their clubs and started advancing on Romolo begin to back off, uncertain and looking scared. Klaus smokes from his pipe, looks down at Althus, sees his hand go flying into the wheel, and just kind of whistles.
Wait a minute, where the fuck did Big Sig go?
Big Six
He's
downstairs.
downstairs, mate.
Oh, is he
I assume
Like
that's
he
who
did
Renee's gone for.
off the ship, and I was like, wait a minute, where did he walk off to?
Klaus takes another smoke from his pipe and says, "Wow, that elf got fucked."
I like him.
Look, lads, I'm not letting you get away with this now. It's gone too far. You fucking killed the poor lad. Soon as
No,
we're-
I can save you. but
You either
only
fucking drop your arms now, and we can possibly put.
Oh,
this
by
back.
a Syrian, it hurts! Screams Althus,
Or you're
rolling
both
on the
getting
floor.
You're both going to the jails.
Oh, may the Kadai commend my spirit! I have served my lord well!
I'm sorry, that's just too fucking funny. Alpha's just screaming, find a Syrian!
You're not unconscious yet.
By a Syrian!
go to the halls of my fathers, in whose mighty
Yeah.
presence.
What your fucking.
I go to the halls of my father!
Right, no chance on him.
Oh, fuck me, it's funny.
No chance on you. In fact, this one literally jumps overboard in terror. Nope, not happening.
I'm so glad bad bandits were like, useful.
So glad you intimidated the bandits beforehand.
Oh!
I know.
Oh, this one's brave! Oh, he's brave!
You're in prison.
this woman with a club comes running at you, and she screams for the captain. She has a fucking go. She has a go. She has a go. What's she got?
Yay.
Hell yeah.
If this works.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Not a good situation for her.
You avoid the attack, no problem. You dodge cleanly out of the way.
Advantage.
Yeah, you gain advantage, yeah. You definitely avoid the attack of the untrained combatant.
I mean, we forgot to add the plus 20 for outnumbering at that point, but it would still have been a pass.
He's not having a go. He's not having a go. He already tested and failed. Althus, my poor fucking guy.
Apply the 4 bleeding.
Althus passes out from blood loss.
He finally shuts up. We learned how to do it, boys.
You already knew that technique. I used it on you all the time.
My poor boy.
Look how they butchered my boy.
Look, lads, there's no way out of this. Now, you drop your arms and you give up now.
Captain, I would like to point out there is no
I would
one.
like to point out you're stuck in a ship.
And I'd
in the
like to point out there's no one between you and I.
And I'd like to point out I have a ranged weapon.
Look, lads, look, you guys, you've travelled the land. You're obviously smart. So tell me why you're starting a fight in the middle of fucking nowhere where you're stuck. This is fucking stupid.
Nobody beats
What
me.
you gonna tell the guards when they pull up to the ship and find its captain and all its crew dead?
Which I do not betray.
There
a
is
friend.
no sign of Renee.
That is what I say. I did not betray a friend.
Look down the river and look at the tower. Oh, well, I suppose there's a fucking god tower. Look at the tower. They're watching us.
Yeah.
Seeing Althus go down, I just start going hard, and I just keep going. I just ignore
For a
whatever y'all
Syrian!
started talking. For a Syrian!
Oh shit!
I'm taking a dot deal.
The exact same.
Oh my god!
I know, Christ.
Holy fuck! Oh dear.
Great. How much damage am I getting? 12. Shit.
5.
5. Okay. Ugh, I'm badly injured.
You've also lost your advantage. As Antarius sees his friend, well, his loyal servant go down and raises his blade, carving into your leg as he slices through your thigh.
Ouch.
Blood sheds.
Shit. Fuck. Okay.
Well, I'm at the wheel. I'm staring at Ruiz.
Poor fucking Althus, he got fucked.
You got
Yeah, well,
destroyed.
He got fucking obliterated, dude.
Yeah.
Do you want anyone else to die? Just
There is-
agree to the terms, and then we'll be on our way. I'll even heal your health.
Tell me how you're gonna get off the ship then.
You're going to drop us off, and we walk away.
There's a small boat right there.
There is indeed a rowboat literally attached to the back of the barge, yes.
Also, if you'd like, you know, if the guard come here, they might find a kidnapped noblewoman below the decks.
Yeah, that we'll happily say that were you two, and that's where you started the.
I think she will. I don't think she will betray me.
No leg to stand on. Who are they going to believe? A Rightlander like myself?
This conversation is too long, you're in combat. Carry on, what's your turn?
Fucking trust them. I don't trust people of them now.
What do you do, or do you do nothing and just talk?
If he takes much longer, make him take a willpower test to see if he can do anything.
I'm just trying to fucking talk sense into them, and I'm trying to think of something.
Well, the ship continues to turn onto its side, rotating in the water.
Well, as that happens, I'm just gonna try and.
Can't make a difficult perception test.
I don't fucking do. I'm trying not to kill people, but it looks like I might have to fucking. Challenge and perception.
Right now, Kurt, I've got no problem with you. I'll be honest with you. I'm just trying to get off this fucking ship without being beaten.
Oh, there we go.
Kurt, you can see that there is a small military vessel making its way over towards your ship. It looks like it's the River Wardens, and they're coming from the toll gate.
I'm just gonna bide my time then. I'm gonna stay at the wheel. Shout at the boys near the anchor to drop it.
Okay, make a challenging leadership test, please. As you bellow at Jakob and Osprant to drop the anchor, they are broken out of their terrified reverie, look at each other for a moment, and then turn to the capstan. And one of them drops the anchor.
And with that, I just say, look, lads, you've not time's ticking. Drop weapons now.
Enough.
That should
Ruiz's
look
turn.
Never. And I'm gonna kill another elf.
You're gonna kill another elf.
Flash to me, baby.
Oh fucking dear. Oh my fucking god! Oh no! Oh no!
It's okay, it's just his left arm. It's just his only remaining hand.
Oh my god, that's cursed. Do you wish to re-roll?
Me?
No, Antarius.
I don't think Ruiz could have rolled any better.
You have gone over the corruption threshold, my boy. Fortunately, you have succeeded in holding off your corruption, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Antarius, you can also use a fortune point to increase the significance level of a.
I don't have any
Dodge test.
fortune right
He
now.
doesn't have
I
any
already used
fortune
it.
left. Yeah. Okay, so I will apply that damage. There you go, 6 damage.
What about the crit?
Yeah, there is also a crit. That's right. Dislocated shoulder. Oh my fucking god.
Oh
Can you
my
make a hard
God.
endurance test, please?
Let's see.
drop your weapon.
Ooh, okay. No. That's his left arm?
That's his remaining hand, is it?
Is
not?
that his remaining
Yep.
hand? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yep, you do indeed drop your rapier that clangs to the ground. As your
He
shoulder
now
is
can't hold
wrenched out of
anything.
position.
Right, so to clarify, Antares is disarmed now, and that's not a pun, I mean quite literally, he can't do anything, right?
No, that's... no.
He can headbutt if he really wants to, but that's about it at this point. Yeah.
No, he can pick up his weapon again, but any tests made
No,
using that
he
arm have a
can't.
-10 penalty.
The arm is useless. Counts as lost. See amputated part.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot
Drop it
use
over-
his
the arm
arm.
is used and counts as lost. Oh my god, yeah, actually, you're completely disabled.
Oh my god, dude.
You're completely disarmed, yeah.
Do you know,
He
do you
can
know what,
punch you with his stump of another hand. Or he
Do you
can
know-
headbutt you.
do you know what time it is, boys?
Oh
It's
my-
time to see how thick plot armor is.
Although, he doesn't have any resolve. You don't have any resolve. I was going to say, if you had resolve, you could have used it to absorb the crit. But you
Hang
didn't.
on. Do you have any armor, Antarius? Hang on. Why did?
Yeah, I do. I do have armor.
Yeah, he's got a plate breastplate, but it doesn't apply to his arm.
Hang on. So why didn't what's his face use his armor?
Because I forgot. Is what it is.
Uh,
I forgot because I forgot that's a thing. But whatever, it's fine. Yeah, so your armor isn't on your arm, so you just kind of eat it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's rough.
Can't. This is the final deal where elf is at our mercy. So what is going to happen is this: you're going to say it is a crew problem, and then you're going to pull into port, and we're going to walk away, and your elf doesn't die.
Neither does.
Nah, fuck that. I'm not getting swindled on my own ship.
No, you are swindling us. We've done nothing.
Can't,
wrong. You're
please!
attacking us.
I don't want to die! Not yet!
He's unconscious.
Oh, wait, yeah, he's unconscious. Never mind. He's
He's
passed out.
knocked out.
I forgot
Hang on,
that.
we should've taken
Never
a
mind.
test to see if he actually died of this.
No, it's not his turn yet.
No, it's done at the end of the round, is it?
No, he passed out. He passed out this
It's
round.
not the end of the round, it's still my turn.
Then you should've
And
taken the
I'm
test
Kurt
already.
as...
Go
Kurt
for
with
it.
a Hell of a
Fucking go for it.
declaration.
Go for it.
We tried to make a deal here, Kurt, why?
Dare you. I dare you.
Okay.
I'm holding back.
I'm holding back!
It's my turn, isn't it?
Right, it is indeed Romolo's turn, yes.
Okay, come on, baby.
Oh my fucking god, you're shooting Kurt! Oh, fuck me.
He's wiping the party now.
Oh my god.
Just you should have let us go!
Oh my god. Right, okay, yep. Well, you need to respond to that.
How do I respond to that again? Because I don't PvP.
Right, okay. Everyone, just let's take a fucking step back, alright? There's no need to start getting snarky with each other, alright?
No,
Just respond to the PvP, okay? It's part of the story.
I get it.
Okay, right. So you select yourself, then you hover over Romolo, you press T so that you target him,
Okay.
and then you hover over weapons and you click dodge.
Hang on, is in soft cover because he's behind the wheel.
Yes, you are in soft cover, yeah.
So that should be a -10 on the roll to hit.
Well, we can give him a
Uh,
+10 on his dodge.
That works.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put modifier 10.
Okay, do you have any armor on your arm? Yes, you do. Okay.
It's called plot armor.
Right, you are shot.
Ah, fuck you! Why'd you do that? I'm trying to help you here, you cunt.
Then just let us leave.
You leave in my terms.
No, I just shot you.
Siegfried learnt the hard way. This
Right,
exactly.
so
Klaus,
So also, we're disengaged now, yeah? I'm disengaged.
you are currently No, he's not engaged.
Still
Well,
engaged with
you are
Antarius
engaged with
and
Antarius, but no. Well, no.
engaged with the crew member.
So you're engaged. Hold on, please. Right. So Antarius physically can't be engaged with you because he can't attack
An
you.
armed attack still.
He can do
I
it.
can still kick.
You can headbutt him or kick him, I guess. So yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But you are indeed engaged with the crew member.
And so if I try to run away now, how would that work?
You burn your advantage and you can move freely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I have two. Was that shot was successful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll burn my advantage and back up to the fucking rowboat, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so 0. No, that didn't work. 0. And I'm just gonna back up to the fucking rowboat, basically.
Okay. You go over to the rowboat. All right.
Yep. And I've got my knife in one hand, don't I? So I'm kind of stood in the rowboat, ready to cut the rope as soon as Ruiz gets it.
You steal my fucking boat, I'll pin you up like a fucking cushion.
Klaus watches you run across to the rowboat. He says, what about the deal?
Yes, I think that's off now, my friend.
What? Right. Well, I need to know where I stand because like, I wasn't paying for the trip.
Klaus,
come with
I'll
if you
pay
want.
you if you fucking help us here.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just saw what happened to the elf.
The two elves.
But we're not the ones running away now, are we?
Look, mate. Way I see it, this ship's drama is this ship's drama. I ain't a part of it.
Then get your ass below deck.
Klaus shrugs and begins running below deck. The crew members all help drop the anchor, and it thuds into the ground, into the riverbed below. This crew member splashes around in the water, trying to swim for the shoreline. Fucking
chaos.
Oh no! Oh, no. Splashing in the water, he froths and desperately swims, but he can't get over, and the current's quite strong, and you see him getting swept away. He gurgles and yells and screams for help.
Please tell me Big Sig can hear his cries for help.
Geller Fritzen looks at Antarius and Althus, and then looks at Ruiz. She steps over and has a go.
Do not do this, my lady. You are not impressive enough.
She comes flailing this club at you, quite unskillfully and half-heartedly. it's you can make a joke of her. She's that pathetic.
You will remember this is the day you almost hit Elsa's. I'm gonna use my dodge to move away.
Alright, that's fine. These two are dropping the anchor. Althus.
Does he die? That's the question.
Hey, Romolo, I've decided I hate elves more than Italians.
Prejudice.
If you take the unconscious condition and have 0 wounds, compare the total number of critical wounds you currently suffer with your toughness bonus. If you have more critical wounds than your toughness bonus, you succumb to your horrific wounds and will die at the end of the round.
Additionally, if you're bleeding, you need to roll 1d10 at the end of each round. If it's equal to or less than the bleeding conditions you have, you die. Great.
Okay, so hold on a second.
I'm pretty sure he's dead at this point.
See.
I mean, he's got a 60% chance of surviving this round.
If you have 0 wounds, regardless of if you're conscious or not, at the end of the turn you have a 10% chance of dying per bleeding condition you have. So he has a 40% chance of dying, right? So he rolls a D100, and if he gets 40 or less, he dies.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh fucking no! The noble Althus of Nagaryth perishes on the deck of the Bogenharper, bleeding to death.
This is like a Game of Thrones episode.
What an ignoble end! An ignoble end for a noble man.
Look
He
what
only
did
wanted
my
to do the
boy.
right thing, and now he's
He's lived-
fucking dead.
Like, he's lived for like
Yeah.
centuries longer than him.
No, no. That man was, he was 216.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I like the best is we made Antarius watch.
Antarius, does Antarius have any psychological issues? Watching helplessly, quite literally.
As his scion dies, I suppose, make a challenging willpower test, please, Antarius.
Is the is the deal in fantasy that elf souls go to slash, or is that just an elder thing?
I think that's just a 40k thing.
There's a 40k thing when they don't have their soul stone. In fantasy, the elven gods are still alive.
Antarius, you are suffering a trauma condition.
Go on adventure with the humans, they said. Don't get PTSD, they said.
I'd just like to point out I've added the trait hatred elves.
No. No, you've not. Remove that.
Ah,
No. However,
I mean,
Antarius gets the trait hatred of humans.
Understandable.
all humans or just those specific to the southern realms?
All humans.
you took his fucking hand as Lorne.
Yeah, Lorne took his hand. Kernt was the one who let Alphys have the fate he did by not negotiating. All the crew on here are cowards who didn't really help them very well. There's everything in Bogenhafen with the Chaos Cultists.
Hey, what did I do?
There are many, many, many reasons for Antarius to hate humans, and now his best, his loyal servant has been murdered.
I think didn't Antarius, didn't you hate that servant of yours more than most of us?
I mean, I just dealt with him.
It was more
He
like a
hated him
puppy.
as in family, but
Yeah. It's like when you've got a
Hated him,
little.
but he was your brother, sort of.
Yeah, it's like when you've got a sibling and it's like you're the only one who's allowed to dick around with them, no one else.
Yeah.
Renee emerges finally from below deck, carrying a spear. And she looks at Althus's corpse and stops dead in her tracks, screaming. Antarius.
So, because of the hatred talent, I had to roll a psychology thing to see if I act on it or not, or whatever. Like, every time I come into a encounter with fucking my source of hatred. Where the fuck is this thing? There it is.
you're in the middle of the right gland, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a great trait for a diplomat ambassador.
So what do I roll? I'm gonna step at a psychology test.
Hang on.
He's gonna attack.
Actually,
Kurt as
I might change his hatred. I'm going to change your hatred slightly. I'm changing your hatred to Ruiz and Romulo, and you will get a prejudice against humans.
Okay.
Hang on.
Yeah, because like
you don't want him to
every
attack
time,
Renee.
like literally everyone that I run into as a human would
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah, that would be like you'd be murdering like everybody.
yeah.
Be runk.
I'm trying to fucking read this shit.
Okay, there you go.
Oh god.
I have fixed your psychology for you.
I mean, you still have to take the test to see whether or not you charge down Ruiz, don't you?
With hatred, I have to roll a psychology to see if I like continue to attack them or not. Basically, even though like I'm bleeding out the ass or whatever. I'm trying to find psychology though. Where the fuck is it at? Just willpower, I guess. Should I just roll
I
that?
think psychology test. It's a cool test.
Oh, okay.
This will be challenging.
Okay, so I have to continue
You
attacking them.
scream in rage. You have to try and fucking headbutt Ruiz or something.
Yeah. So I'm immune to psychology effects, or I'm immune to fear and intimidate, but not terror.
I made a
And
meme for you.
I get +1 versus that those two.
Cain
+1 as
demands
well.
blood, and he must be satisfied.
Yeah,
Avenge your fallen kin.
For some reason, I still can't move my own character, but like I can target and roll and shit. I'm trying to move right here. I'm just gonna try to see if I can kick Ruiz. I guess that's like the best thing I can do at this point.
Yeah, you
My
can
arm is
just make
broken.
a unarmed attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
God. 1 hour, 30 minutes in.
No.
Can I dodge again?
No, you failed your test. You can't actually use your talents in that case.
Yeah.
Can I take
that's
a
true enough.
dark deal and just
If you want, but you
Sure.
might mutate.
fuck it? Like at this point, did I reroll?
Yeah, you did, and you
did.
failed again.
Okay.
But you did pass
fuck
your
me.
you did pass your corruption test.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. All right, Kern.
All right.
Well, the fucking card's been played at this point, so Kant's just gonna shoot Ruiz. Yep.
Okay.
Not in the back. No, not
Hang on.
like that.
I can just see the DM offering you a whisper of chaos.
Nah.
Nope.
I always get pure weird errors when I try and do stuff. Right, target, there we go. Crossbow. Oh, it's gonna be the fuck. Oh yeah, I always forget reloading, but let's see if I get the good reload. So I can shoot.
I've fixed your load.
Right, it just takes slow for me when I click things, and sometimes it's like, oh, unauthorized, unauthorized. It should have. Right, give it a second. It should pop up.
No, try again.
Oh!
Oh shit.
So can I dodge that?
You can? Yeah.
If it's close range, he can. If it's not, he can't.
It is indeed close range.
Oof.
Do you wish to use a fortune point or a dark deal or anything?
I don't know. Can I beat that? It's pretty.
You
So I need
can if you get above a 6. If you get between 6 and 69.
Wait, what?
If you get between 60 and 69, you can beat that because you have a higher dodge skill than he has weapon skill.
Small gap.
It's not giving me the choice to reroll. It says I can add 1 SL. Would that
Yeah, you can use a fortune point to add 1 SL, take a dark deal to reroll.
Should be able to take a.
You should be able to.
Fortune point
Should be able to fortune point to reroll. So just use the dark deal one, and then I'll just take away one of your corruption.
Ah.
Bad choice.
There you go. And I'll just take off one of your fortune.
Now do you want a dog deal?
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god.
Nah.
Oh dear.
Don't fucking start killing macro. Get away with it.
What was your result there? 88.
Hang on, that's a fumble. Why is it not showing up as a fumble?
I think possibly because it was glitched out.
from constantly taking dark deals. So that is the oops table.
Well, there is no allies in range, so it's fine. He's just gonna kill Antares, I guess.
No, he gains a stunned condition.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
As Ruiz dances away from Gele and Antarius, moving towards the rowboat, mocking the pair as Antarius flails at him in rage. Kern shoots him in the back, causing him to stagger and bang his head against the side of the freeboard.
I'm gonna shoot him then. In the back.
Well, it's not quite your go
Wait,
yet.
did you
You still
run?
need to apply the damage to Ruiz as
I
well.
already did.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking boat
You already
was in
did.
the back of the ship. Hold on, I just noticed that. I was thought that was Siegfried's boat.
Alright, I'm trying to move
Yeah, man.
further away.
There is a loud blaring horn from the oncoming small vessel of river wardens as they start to approach the wayward vessel. Now
Help!
turned sideways
Help!
into the
Brigands!
the river.
Brigands! Sorry.
Ruiz, you are
I've been
currently
playing
stunned.
Kingdom Come Deliverance, so-
You can make half your movement.
But he cannot attack.
I mean, you could make it to the boat, dude.
Yeah,
can.
I'll just do that. I think that gives Antares an attack.
You need to make a dodge test.
Wouldn't that
Do I
be
need
his
to make
action?
No, because he's moving, so he just has to make a dodge test.
So should I roll an armed then? See if I
Yeah.
kick him or anything.
Oofed.
Oh.
That's it, you're just gonna take
You
one.
kick him in the head.
That's a hell of a kick.
You take 1 point of damage as you stagger away, clutching the wound in your back, rolling along the freeboard. Antarius just reaches up and roundhouse kicks you across the head, sending you flailing over and thumping into the rowboat in a mess.
I want to shout out. Like, are they close enough to hear yet, the river wardens?
They are like over here somewhere, like near the front of the vessel, over here.
They've kidnapped a noblewoman. We were trying to save her. She's down below.
You've blockaded the main thoroughfare!
Brigands on the ship! Help us! Help us!
They're kidnapping.
This is a finable offence under the Free Charter of Kemperbad.
Fucking hell! Someone fucking warn them!
Right, it's my turn, yeah?
You can see, by the way, there is a crew of maybe 12 or 13 river wardens on this vessel that's approaching.
Do they have cannons on their vessel?
No, they do have
right.
grappling harpoons.
Okay, so it's my turn, yeah?
It is currently your turn, yes.
As a movement action, so basically, right, what I'm trying to say is, can I get a shot off at Kearns and then cut the rope on the rowboat so we draw?
No, one or the other.
One or the other, okay. Well, traditionally, combat seems to end after fucking round 3 anyway, so I might just shoot Kurt in the back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like...
Just cut the rope, let's dab.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but I'm just pissed off he shot you in the back, so now I want revenge.
I'm
I'm
pretty
gonna
sure
toss...
Kern would be facing you guys now as you stagger past him.
I think the best revenge is living well.
I'm gonna roll 1d2. If it's a 1, I'll cut the rope. If it's 2, I shoot Kurt. Okay, I cut the rope.
As Romolo flails, raising his knife, he slices the rope of the rowboat. Can you make for me a easy strength test, please?
Yeah. Easy strength.
Antares,
Oh,
did you see the meme, by the way?
Maybe not.
Wait, if
It's just the
every-
characteristic, just the raw characteristic.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
whatever
I rolled
green
challenge
the river
again.
wouldn't
Roll it again. Roll it again.
Yeah. Easy.
Sorry, if we're evergreened in the river, wouldn't the warden see them leaving the back of the ship?
It would.
They said they went to the front, but
Also, how high up is the rowboat on the ship?
The ship's not that
Isn't
high.
it quite a
Yeah,
drop
ship's-
from the rowboat to the water?
No, it's a barge. It's not that much of a drop. Don't
Right,
worry,
so
right?
it
Like,
does
look,
seem-
look. Worry. You can. I'm the DM. I'll worry about shit like that. All right. Don't you
Yeah.
worry about it. Okay. So-
Do I still get the ability to like make a row action now because like movement, or is that just my full action? I cut the rope. And
Yeah, that's
stop?
fine. Yep. You can
Okay.
start trying to row.
Okay. So I have strong back, which specifically gives me help in swimming and rowing.
Yep,
so I get
sounds
to
good.
add
Can
2
you make a endurance test for me, please? It will be challenging because you are technically still in combat.
Oh, okay.
Although
endurance, yeah.
I didn't know row was actually a skill. Is that a skill?
Yeah,
Oh, it
it's
is.
a
Oh,
skill.
okay.
It is
Yeah,
a
make a
skill,
row
and
skill.
I have
It is a
it.
skill.
Make a row test, please. Make a row test. I did not know that
Okay.
was a skill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I
It is kind of bizarre to me that that is a skill, but like, okay.
If
Dum.
you've got strong back, make sure you tick the talent before you roll it. 'cause
Yeah,
it gives
click
you
on
an extra
it so that
significant
it will add your SL. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, how do I do that?
Like so, when you go into skills and then you click
Oh.
on row, you'll be able to. Hang on a minute.
That's what I mean. It's not letting me. It's not popping up.
If you
I was just gonna
select
add
row
to
and swim,
SL.
just select under talent, select row and swim, in bracket 2, and it will give you the SL success bonus 2.
Row and swim. It's not letting me click that. Sorry, dude.
I will roll it for
Row
you.
and swim are just words for me. Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
Okay. Boom.
So as you can see, you should have only got 0 SL, but you've got 2.
Yeah.
Strong back.
Sweet.
Yeah. So the ship, the little rowboat slams down into the water, and Romola begins rowing it towards the northern shoreline as hard as he can. As you come past, you see the flailing figure of the crewman who'd fallen overboard, flailing in the water nearby. Do you stop to pick him up, or do you just keep going and leave him to his fate?
Can Ruiz grab him and pull him in without slowing the vessel, or would it slow the vessel
It
down?
would slow the vessel down.
Ruiz
Personally,
is-
I don't give a fuck then.
You'd have to make a detour to get him, but he's
Yeah,
not
fuck
that
that
far
then.
away.
No, sorry. Like, the dude's dead. Like, I'm not slowing this boat down if they're all out to fucking gutters.
Brutal.
Yeah. That's what I mean, like, literally,
Brutal.
we tried to negotiate.
Romolo just keeps fucking rowing. Alright.
He's a fucking sailor. He'll be fine.
Alright. At this point, yeah, Klaus is doing stuff. Althus is dead. Anybody who is on the ship with a ranged weapon can take one shot at Romolo or Ruiz if they so wish. And they will be able to retaliate if they so wish, and then the combat will be over because they'll be too far away. And also the river wardens are
You know
about
what?
to arrive.
Nah, fuck them. I'm just gonna run to the river wardens.
I
Okay.
kind of want to see Antarius try and pick up the bow from.
I can't.
Well, he can't.
Yeah,
he
I'm
can't.
trying.
So let's just keep moving. Right, so Kent runs over to the front of the ship to try and get the river wardens. Antarius can't do anything really. He's kind of disabled. he's like a fucking Space Station 13 character that's just been like crippled in like every limb. He can't do anything. So that is Ruiz and Romolo. You don't have any obvious targets. You can take a pot shot at the ship if you want to. Or rather, well, Romolo's rowing, so he can't.
Yeah, I want to just rub it as hard as possible. I want to get to that bank before they even reach the ship and have a conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm not spiteful. It was a good adventure.
Stunned.
Okay.
I would have thought.
Yeah, can you
now
make
it's
make an endurance test?
You mean
Ruiz-
row?
No, Ruiz.
Ruiz can't do anything
endurance.
until the stun condition's removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm making him test his endurance.
Yeah.
Ruiz just.
There we go.
Oh, he spends his fortune point, and yeah, he does manage to recover from his stunned condition. Do you have any final actions you wish to take from the bow of the rowboat as it rows away towards the
I'm going
shoreline?
to. Did I get to keep my Stellian guitar?
Yeah, sure.
I was
I
gonna-
guess you've got that slung on your back at all times. Why not?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start playing a little tune as Romolo Rose.
Dear me, dearie fucking me.
I wonder how hard it is to find 2 stallions and Reichland.
You mean to?
Well, one a stallion and one
Italian.
Talayan. Actually, you fucking racist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A disguise kit.
All right.
Moustache and
So
glasses.
combat is now ended. The corpse of Althus continues to bleed as the rain falls and takes his spirits away to the Asa. Goodbye forever. The cat. He's with the Cadai now. Renate weeps over his body, deeply saddened by the loss of the elf.
It's like the end of a Wagner opera, isn't it?
And the crew all stand mournfully around. Some of them stand at the edge of the ship watching Romolo and Ruiz row away. And the river wardens latch their vessel onto the side of the Bogan Harper and start towing it.
Does our homeboy drown in the
I
water?
start shouting at them, saying, "Brigands just robbed our ship and killed our man. Look, they're on the shore. They're sailing for the shore."
Your vessel is to be impounded. A full inspection will be made of your cargo hold and any individuals who have been participating in your course of undertaking. You will be compelled to pay a fine to the Free City for blockage of the trade thoroughfare.
Are you fucking kidding me? At that point, I look for something sharp and I start hacking the tow rope. I shout to Renee, "Get back on that wheel and turn the ship to the shore. We're chasing those bastards down to the end of this earth."
Captain, I don't think that's a good idea.
Either way, I'm not getting fucking done for doing nothing but good.
At this point, Isabella von Strudeldorf makes her way up from the stairway.
Oh shit.
No.
She looks around at the decking. She looks at the corpse of Althus. She looks at at Antarius leaning against the freeboard of the ship, panting, holding his shoulder in agony. She looks at the crew milling around. She looks at she looks to her left and hears the distant sound of Ruiz's guitar strumming away as she watches the 2 Southerners row towards the northern bank. She waves her fan slightly, turning to look at Kernt, adjusts her dress slightly and says, "Well, it looks like you're a bit fucked."
Cunt stops cutting the rope with whatever improvised tool that he's got in hand, and he walks towards the lady, and if he could, he'd try to slit her throat.
Holy shit! Holy fucking shit! Okay, can you... Holy shit.
I know exactly where he's going with this. This is going to get blamed on us.
Holy shit, okay.
Yeah.
It's actually a clever play.
Probably.
Can you make...
Fortunately, I'm hoping she's not going to go with it.
Can you make an average cool test, please?
I'm cool. This
Okay.
is my ship, I'm cool.
You make your way over to the woman as she smiles at you, and she opens her mouth as if to start to speak. And you raise your dagger, and the look of terror in her eyes is palpable as you bring it ripping across her throat. Gain 2 points of chaos corruption.
As she drops,
She collapses to the ground, gurgling, spasming on the floor, kicking and writhing, and staring up at you with eyes that say, "Why?"
I try not to look directly at her anymore. I look at Antarius as if like
Renee
done
is
that.
staring at you as if you're a monster.
I look at Antarius with that look of "you done this," and I just say to everyone, "Those damn stallions killing this lady, they'll get what they deserve."
You're going to be so so annoyed when the wanted posters say to a stallion.
I'm I retire to below deck was.
Can make a easy intimidate test.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, Liam, is there any way for my words to echo in their ears of being my friend? But never mind.
All of the crew stare at you. They are completely silent. One of the you can hear the sound of a cranking gear as the Bogenharper is reeled in by the towboat manned by the river wardens. Some of whom are throwing up ropes to lash it onto the side so that they can climb onto the vessel. And you start making your way towards the captain's cabin.
And that's where cunt will remain.
Wow.
Antarius, you and the rest of the crew, who are all kind of like dumbstruck by this whole situation. Renate has broken into tears and is sobbing in the corner. Completely and utterly devastated by everything that has happened. The two of the river wardens manage to clamber up onto the side of the ship and they look around in alarm and disgust. Hey, you! What happened here? Explain what's happened here, Elf.
We were attacked by bandits. They've sailed off to the north side. I point weakly to the north. They've killed 2 innocent people. And you're just letting them get away.
Make an average charm test.
Does he not have to roll a psychology thing?
No, because he doesn't have hatred.
I have
Yeah, but
animosity.
I'm about to say he still has prejudice.
No, I have animosity now, which gives me a penalty for whatever I roll. What the fuck is it? Hold on.
But yeah, no, you do need to make a cool test. You have a prejudice.
Oh, I do need
against
to make a cool
humans,
test. Yeah, so hold on.
I mean, it doesn't affect your charm test roll because it's only affecting.
No, it does. No, it does. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
-10 towards fellowship.
Okay. Yeah, so
So
you've succeeded. Yeah, so
Charm.
yeah, go ahead and do your charm test. Yeah.
challenging.
Sorry, no, average.
Either way.
Either way, it's
well,
fine.
I rolled.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You spin a fairly convincing yarn, despite your situation. None of the crew are in any position to kind of countermand your tale. Most of them have been shocked into silence by Kern's obscene act. The river wardens attempt to try and interrogate some of the other people on the ship, to very little success. Eventually, after about 5 minutes of talking to everyone on the deck, there is a decision that is made. The crew splits up. 6 of them take their rowboat and they go to try and pursue the 2 fleeing southerners to the north, while the other half of the crew takes over the Bogenharper and starts steering it in towards Kemperbad. The captain of this small group, or the lieutenant, I suppose, makes his way down the stairs and bangs loudly on the captain's cabin. And I will be right back. I need a toilet.
You get red on your clothes often. You can use a wonderful new detergent made by Lennox to clean that off.
Don't start advertising this channel to murderers.
Don't want your credit. Don't want your credit information being leaked.
Hide it in a safe box. Courtesy of.
Safe box.
Oh, I can't fucking believe that.
You're the one that did it.
Dude,
No.
It was either fucking I'd give you lashes and then we'd go do this cool ass fucking hunt quest, or it was I let you off until we get to town and then I'd hand you in because Antarius would bitch and moan about it. That was the character decisions. I was like, which one does he want me to do?
Yeah, no, what I mean, like, I get you, but like, if I'd gone to fucking town to be arrested, like, that's fine.
And we would have broke you out. Like it was a.
I mean, yeah, I would have broke out, but at the same time, like, you were 100% no, like fucking, they would have taken weapons off me, blah, blah, I would have fucked. So my logic was, I'll just fucking shoot Althus and Antari and run the fuck away. And then instead it ended fucking killing Althus. I thought you were going to stay out of it, so I was like, okay, it's cool, we can jump in this boat and just fuck off. And then you were like, nah, Reese is dead.
No, you're in my fucking. It's like, yeah, it's like cunts. It's his cunt ship. It's my ship. No. All the full time, I was like, I need to like do something to like hurt these guys, but then at the same time, I was like, I don't want to hurt anyone. So I was like, fuck it, I'll try and spin the ship, and then it's like, it's a barge. Fuck.
Yeah.
Throw him overboard.
This would be much more high octane if it was on an open sea setting.
Keel haul him.
Oh yeah, that would.
I thought that's what you were gonna do when you got the rope and
Yeah.
whip him with it. Keel haul him.
I was gonna either do keel haul, but then that shit, like, you don't always survive.
And also, it's a barge. He'd be under there
Yeah.
for so much longer.
Yeah. Well,
That's the
it'd be
thing. That's the
easier
thing as
for
well.
him.
That's the thing as well. I was just sat there like.
I have
fucking-
returned.
If I get fucking whipped by that, like 100% Liam's gonna throw some like, oh, you've actually been permanently scarred or lost the ability to shoot a bow or something. So I was like, nah, no chance I'm getting fucking. I paid money. We did everything. You know what I mean? Like, fine, fucking fine me or whatever, but I'm not fucking being beaten to death.
Yeah, well,
20 lashings is like a pretty
Right, guys,
standard.
enough.
like, prodded
Enough.
bit.
We're moving on.
That
We're
was,
moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. So,
Liam, before
Yeah.
we move on, could I get a character sheet, please? So I can look up.
Yeah, same here, please.
Also, can I just say that was incredible? I really loved that RP. I know it's not for everyone's taste, but that was just for the pathos and
No, I liked it.
It was
I liked
awesome. It was really awesome.
When
I
Liam
don't-
was like, no snarky
just
comments,
type
I didn't realise what I
/car.
said.
Type /CHAR.
I mean, I would have liked it if one of you.
And
two
do it in private
died,
chat.
Yeah, at least
Just
they
so
killed it.
Siegfried had his vengeance.
At least they killed like fucking what's his face?
Annoying one.
I forgot him already.
You should do it in self roll. When you're selecting where you're doing your roll, click self.
Do these guys want to create their characters as part of the hunting expedition on supporting character?
Well,
no,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Work
look
out
and
in-
see what they're interested in being. It's not really ideal for me to try and contribute to that while I'm trying to run a session, but I'll see what I come up with and see if I can slot it in.
Ideas and just run with that.
Right. So that's not my priority right now. My priority is actually to try and get Ben onto the screen at some point during the session. That's what I'm
That's
concerned
why I was
about right now.
suggesting if they wanted to be characters in that expedition, it would add an expedient way to.
Well,
move
we
on.
will see. We will see. Right. So, the River Warden bangs loudly on the door of the captain's cabin.
Come in.
The door clicks open, and the River Warden, a man in his late 40s with a very thick mutton chops mustache that's greying at the ends. He's quite well built, portly, and he's got a scar down his left cheek. And he makes his way over to you, frowning deeply. This is an absolute mess. What on earth has happened here? We've spoken to your crew upstairs, but they haven't given us the whole story.
What? How much of the story have they given you?
You were supposedly attacked by bandits that have murdered two passengers that were coming on this barge. But where have you come from? Who were these passengers? Who were these bandits? And how did they get to you? There is much to be explained here. We did not see your vessel get boarded by any boarding party when you were here in the River Reich, so there is some explanation needed.
Well, back 2 towns back, Düsseldorf, we came into the company of 2 southern men, Italian and Stalin. And they offered their services to us, and along with them they had this charming woman. Sadly, she's the corpse you see on the deck. You see, I was to believe that these men were bodyguards of this lady, and they sought passage into Wisenland. Though, upon their stay in the ship, it came to my knowledge that these men were in fact some sort of southern crime cartel family, and they had...
Wait just a minute. Wait just a minute. You're telling me that they're foreign?
Yes,
You mean-
Stalin and Italian.
You mean to say that they're not from Reichland?
No, they were not.
Unbelievable! These filthy outlanders think that they can come to the Empire and do as they please. This is disgusting! He immediately breaks up into a ferocious rage, his red face puffing up in anger as he storms
as soon as
outside.
we found out... Oh, well... Cunt just sighs and goes, phew. And leans back.
Man, it's more of those filthy southerners that have been causing this mess. We need to find them at once. Where is the crew that's been sent to look after them? You only sent 6 of them? Right. You two, go back to Kempabad. When we get back there, you're taking another vessel. You're joining the hunt. We're going to round up some more of the garrison. We're going to get some cavalry looking for them. Humph! I have had it up to here with these filthy outlanders from Estalia and Tilea and the Border Princes coming into the good empire, the honourable empire, where we worship Sigmar, and bringing their filthy foreign gods and their filthy foreign drugs and their filthy foreign goods. It's disgusting!
Disgusting!
This man continues to rant for about another 15 minutes about how much he hates Southerners. As the ship continues to drift into Kempabad.
While he's ranting, I'm gonna take my boy and try to move him downstairs onto a hammock.
Yeah, I think I'll help you with that, seeing as you're fucked up.
Yeah, I can't even lift him up. One of my arms is broken and like I have no hand.
Right,
So.
right. Cunt steps in and he just, pushes you away and just scoops the corpse up himself.
Okay, right. Well, you take the body of Althus downstairs. Interestingly, there was no sign of Big Sig. He doesn't seem to be anywhere on the ship.
That thought doesn't really pass by Cunt so much at the moment.
Perhaps it is something that occurs to you later. Over the course of the next hour, I assume are you just having a little, like, funeral for him or something?
How do you, what are the burial rites in, your, Ringland? What's it
I'm
called?
probably gonna just, like, wrap him up, and I think, like, elves are usually all about, boats and shit, so I guess I could just
You can
send
do a
him
sea
down.
burial.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll do a little sea burial. Like, I'll probably dress him down to like just plain clothes, try to keep his armor and shit. See if I can give that to someone else, I guess, or I don't know if I can give it back to the embassy at some point.
I don't know,
But-
Cunt's kind of sizing it all up. He's about math size, isn't he?
I don't know.
We'll talk about looting rights after.
Yeah. I don't even know what Althus has, honestly. I know he has like a sword, a shield, and like some
He's
armor.
got the
and-
death jacket.
He also
bow
has
that
a bunch of
Siegfried
stuff
had,
that Siegfried had, yeah.
Oh yeah, he had like the bow and shit
and
too.
a few
Yeah.
incendiary arrows. I think he's got about 3 left now.
Yeah. I take all of that, kind of just set it to the side for now, and then yeah, I'll do like a little burial by sea.
Okay.
Let him go down the river. Give him a little
Renate seems
prayer.
particularly affected by Althus's death, and seems to be deeply shaken by it. She seems to have completely forgotten about Siegfried, but is deeply traumatized by the death of Althus.
Is there any like guards on the boat still, or are they like?
Yep, yeah, there is a crew of 6 guards. They basically put you under house arrest. They said that you can't go anywhere, you can't leave the ship until they've processed you.
Alright, well, do we have anything illegal on board that's not alive anymore?
I think we're pretty much good.
For metagaming, Siegfried didn't have anything illegal on board, so. That's
If
what we
you
have.
pay me 20 quid, I'll re-roll as. Yeah, if you pay me 20 quid, I'll re-roll as a lawyer.
So, over the course of the next 2 hours, the ship finally docks itself into Kemperbad and is secured and impounded. The crew are quite unceremoniously dragged off to the jail, where they are literally just thrown into cells to be kept there, while you, Renate, and Altharius, unless some of you try to physically resist and make a break for it, you are going to be frog marched up to the warden's office. Does anyone attempt to resist arrest?
No.
I go with them, but I gotta make a couple cool tests for sure, because I got this stupid prejudice.
You've already passed your cool test with them.
I actually.
Oh, did I with
this group? Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna try and persuade to these guardsmen that they need only I and Renate, as we are on paper the owners of this ship, and Antarius is just a crewman, but also he is gravely wounded. So,
believe it or not, this captain has actually, surprisingly enough, taken a bit of a shine to you, particularly after you gave him an excuse to go on a rant about Southerners. Your charm test is easy.
Did one of the crew of the River Wardens give Antarius a bit of medical attention to get his shoulder back in place?
I was gonna take care of that as soon as we were done with the River Warders. I'm not worried about it right now.
I'm more worried about Antarius getting made out.
After some discussion, eventually the captain seems to realise, yeah, that seems mostly reasonable. He says, "Oh, no problem. We'll just throw the elf in the jail then. That'll be straightforward enough, right?"
It's fine, Kern. I'll just go to the jail and take care of this.
Right, you understand, Antarius. Just don't.
I'm not going to do anything.
Just don't look up. Just keep your eyes on the floor. Don't look directly in people's eyes. Especially don't stand near any posters.
No.
Antarius is pulled away from you and Renate, and instead marched off down to the jail, where the rest of the crew are all packed into the same room. They're all muttering to each other sullenly and looking quite glum. They all briefly nod as you are also thrown into the same room, and the door clangs shut behind you. Meanwhile, upstairs, Renate and Kern are marched into a small office. It's about like 5 to 6 feet by 8 feet, something like that. Not too big. You're brought in. There's just a small desk and a few chairs, and a few like nautical arrangements, a few map charts, things like this. And you're brought in. You're sat down in front of the captain, who tells his servant to make you all a cup of tea, which is set to brewing and eventually brought over and settled down in front of you all. And he starts
slightly guilty now.
Yeah, he starts sipping away. He says, "Yes, well, you see, it seems entirely plausible. You see that these filthy Southerners had indeed attacked and tried to maraud on your vessel. It's a damn shame that they managed to deceive you. These Nacostas, they've been a thorn in our side for generations. It's disgusting."
They've been coming up here quite recently, it seems.
Oh yes, we've had problems with this wretched crime syndicate, as they're so inclined to call themselves. They've been smuggling all sorts of illegal contraband into Kemperbad. The Emperor doesn't do anything about it. We've been petitioning for months for him to send some sort of official declaration to the southern realms, to Tilea, to condemn this trafficking, these cartels that have been setting up here in the Empire, but they seem to be completely inert. There's nothing that's going to be done about it. It seems that the Empire is too busy quibbling amongst itself, being disunited and hateful of one another, to realize that the real enemy, the Southerners, are already infecting us with their false gods and their filthy drugs.
We've just came by from Altdorf, and well, have you been to the capital recently?
No, I've not been to Altdorf in quite some time. Several years, in fact. Most of my patrols keep me here in Kemperbad. After all, they're the ones that pay my salary. The merchants here.
Criminals, my lord.
Well, I'm no lord. I'm no lord. My name is Marcus. You're well met.
Cunt Schneifer. No, well, seems like there's some corruption in our heartland. The capital's not faring too well, nor is the emperor, so I hear. It seems to be that men have to.
Well, I wouldn't normally talk to anyone about this. We try not to keep the commoners and the riffraff too excitable. But we have indeed been discovering something quite alarming. As you may know, we're responsible for handling the patrols between Altdorf and Nuln, down in Wissenland, at the end of the River Reich. And what we found is that these filthy southern bandits have been causing all sorts of problems for us. And not only that, but mutants are starting to grow in number. They're all over the place. They're swarming in the rivers. We've seen them up along the shoreline, running along with their strange, weird tails. And now the Emperor's sent out some decree, some edict, that overrides the authority of the Free State. It's an imperial decree, so it has to be applied across the entire empire, to say that mutants are no longer to be prosecuted. They're welcome in our towns. It's a madness. We've been given explicit orders that if we see mutants, we cannot shoot them or kill them or do anything to them unless they attack us first.
Do you have any idea why that may be?
I don't know, but it could only be some sort of incompetence, some sort of incorruption, or some fools at the university who think, oh, we need to be inclusive now of these fucking mutants. It's disgusting. It's awful. I don't know what to make of it. The world's turning upside down.
What on the river is maybe something to do with the Emperor's own son, but that's just fisherman talk, you know. Though at the moment I don't have too much faith in the current affairs of the capital, hence why my business is taking me on the river.
Well, I'll tell you something. There's only one reason that the Emperor suddenly loves mutants all of a sudden. Obviously, someone close to him has become a mutant. That's the only reason why.
Maybe the fishermen may be right. Though, it's far beyond my capabilities to do anything. But,
Well, listen, Kant,
No,
I'm sorry that you were attacked by these filthy Nacostas bandits. They've been an absolute nightmare for us. I understand that you must have been trying your best to stop them. Unfortunately, rules are rules and laws are laws. I have to fine you for the blockage of the trade thoroughfare. But maybe we can, come to some sort of arrangements. I'll try to find some mitigating circumstances for you, huh? Maybe we can negotiate a bit. I'll tell the court that there were mitigating circumstances. We don't need to take the full amount. Let's call it 2 crowns.
I'll be happy with 2 crowns.
And then I won't take a record down in the registry. There won't be any need for there to be some criminal record marked against your name. Especially not. Why should a man be made a criminal for dealing with the Nacostas and trying to defend his property from southern bandits? Nonsense, I say.
No, of course, and if I brought them into this here town, they would have run more of a nonsense, wouldn't they? Lucky I did stop that ship.
Do you know the name of the 2 victims that perished by their hand?
Yes, they were Romulo and Ruiz.
Neither of those sound like a woman's name.
He's asking for the dead people.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the 2 bandits.
Yeah, he's talking about the victims.
Well, it's something that's quite. Sorry, I'm trying to look for my notebook with her name. She was like the ambassador.
Isabella von Strudeldorf.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the lady we were able to identify as Lady Isabella von Strudeldorf.
Strudeldorf?
Yes, I believe.
From House Strudeldorf?
Indeed.
Yeah, she's dead. There's been a bounty passed out for her recovery. Apparently, she'd been kidnapped.
Oh yes. It seems so. That it seems like she was. Seems these Southerners tried to get involved with the political life of.
And they brought her onto your boat?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to smuggle a woman out of the country, where would be better than some meager barge?
Wait. So, this doesn't quite add up.
What doesn't?
Can you make an average charm test, please? The only way that all of this makes sense is that clearly the Nicosta were trying to take over your vessel so that they could use it in order to smuggle Isabella von Strudeldorf out of the country, take her back to Telea, and then ransom her back to the Empire.
That's exactly. You are a genius, sir.
I am a genius! Of course, I've rustled their entire plan already. Ha!
See, I was baffled when
It's a
they
good thing that
attacked.
we arrived when we did. Otherwise, she might be halfway down to Licini by now.
Well, sadly,
This
they
will look
didn't-
great on my career record.
Well, no, sadly they didn't want to part with her either. So
At least we've solved the mystery. In fact, this might be even more reason for war against Telea. This will be excellent. Yes, I'll make a report immediately. If this isn't firebrand evidence that if we get this back to von Strudeldorf's family, I'm sure he'll petition the Emperor to make a strong statement against Telea.
surely they'll send more help down this way after this as well.
Excellent. This is excellent news. We'll just have to send a coroner to collect the evidence and the corpse and so forth. But yes, an excellent situation. Just on the matter of your fine, yes, if you want to pay over the 2 crowns, once I've had that processed, I'll make sure that your crew is set free.
Right, I'll do that. Do I have that on hand? Yeah, I dip into my pocket and I fork out the coin. Counting out 2 crowns, I begrudgingly slide them on the desk. That should be it there, covered for you.
Excellent, fantastic. Good. And just at that moment, the door to the office opens, and the servant walks back in. He says, "Excuse me, sir. The gentleman from the Bildhofen estate is here to see you." "Oh, very good, yes. Just see him in. These 2 were just leaving."
Well, thank you, sir.
Yes, absolutely, no problem at all. Did you finish your tea? It is good tea. I've had it imported all the way from Cathay, believe it or not.
Oh, is it in supply here? Perhaps
Oh
I
yes,
can
Kemper,
buy it.
Kemperbad is a city of many delights and many wonders. If there's something you're trying to find and you can't find it in Altdorf, chances are you'll find it in Kemperbad.
Have you a man in mind who deals the best tea?
Well, you see, just at that moment, Lorne de Birch comes around the corner and comes into the room, following behind the servant who shows him in.
Cunt spits the tea out his mouth.
Good, there he is, yes. You're from the von Bildhofen estate, aren't you? Yes. Hear about the expedition, is that right?
Siegfried, Lorne, just stares at Kurnt, turns away, and then stares back at Kurnt.
Hello? Is there a problem here?
I thought you were dead, sir.
I am still alive, no thanks to you, and I transfix him with the milky eye that is quite clearly blinding.
No thanks to me. What the bloody hell did I do? I was the only one who was advocating for your return.
Do
I
you
was the only
two
one who
know
liked-
each other?
We had some business together back in Bogenhafen.
Yes,
Before he and his crew left me dead.
but
Tell
we
me,
didn't. I didn't
you
leave
still
you dead.
travel with that Slayer and that so-called Messen?
No, they didn't quite. They didn't quite make it. Not long after you. I think the Altdorf. I think they left at Altdorf. I don't think we'll be seeing the dwarf again.
Well, I hope they meet a just end.
Right, well, I don't know what happened between using. Right, I didn't know that you were alive. At the time, I wasn't captain of any ship. So, to make amends, I do have a ship if you need it.
I think that would be very satisfactory.
Nonetheless, I'd like you to come down and share a drink for old times. Though I'd have to clean up some blood. Things haven't
Tell
really
me.
changed.
Who else of the old crew is still alive?
Antarius only, but barely.
I turn to my squire. I'm assuming he's the servant that followed me in.
No, he's someone else. He's actually not with you at the moment
Oh, okay.
because he was told to wait outside.
In that case, I'm going to turn to the servant who followed me in and say, "Get some medical aid down to this room on the double."
But I don't. I'm not trained in medicine.
On the double.
Ah! He just leaves the room.
Well, Salon, I would get you at my ship. It's the Boggin Hopper. Give him a sly wink, as he may know the name. And then,
He's just going to try and not make any reaction to that, though he winces slightly inside.
Well, with all due respect, I think as far as the expedition is concerned that you are asking after, they've been assembling in the centre of town across the rope bridge. You'll need to make your way to the Plaza of Sigmar. They should be setting up their camp there.
Brilliant.
As for the reports that we have regarding beastmen attacks, I've had my servant compile a list of sightings for you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. And now, can I have it added that this gentleman and his crew are now serving me in my travels, and therefore any expenses should be dealt via myself and those I represent?
Of course, we have nothing but the utmost respect for the von Bildhofen estate. I think, as far as that is concerned, there was only the small matter of a fine that had to be resolved for an issue in the trade thoroughfare, but that has all been resolved, sir.
Brilliant. Well, can you see to them that they get some decent accommodations, some rest, and some food, and I'm sure they can serve me in this hunt.
Well, sir, we can make recommendations as to a suitable lodging house.
Are you telling me you cannot accommodate old friends of mine?
Can you make a average charm test, please?
I make it an intimidate as I'm sort of levying.
Yeah, you can make it intimidate.
Average, you said.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, of course, I suppose I could make some room in my estate for them. Yes, I'm sure I can have some of the servants clear out. They could sleep in the jail, and we'll just make room for them. Yes, that should be fine. That won't be a problem.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. Now I believe I have some catching up to do with my friend and his crew, if you would kindly leave us.
Well, this is my office, sir.
I'm just going to turn the milky eye on him again and see if he will just leave.
He fidgets for a moment, and then he picks up his keys and leaves.
As soon as the man leaves, I'm like, oh, God, you've got an upgrade, haven't you? Fucking thought you were done for rat food, and now you're telling this bailiff, or whatever he is, magistrate, he could leave his own fucking office.
Well, I am very well connected at the moment, and I believe I was before I was left for dead. Now, kindly give me a rundown of what has happened since I last saw you.
Cunt kinda walks up to the door, presses an ear to make sure there's no one, like, hovering around
At,
outside?
at this point, by the way, a servant has come down to the jail, collected all of the crew, and told them all that they're going to be receiving bed and board for the night at the courtesy of the river captain, and also they're going to be sending for a physician to tend to Antarius's unfortunate wound.
Yes, well, you see, after making sure there's no one eavesdropping, Cunt comes around to Lon, well, where was it we last left?
Bogenhofen.
Bogenhafen. And you went into the sewers, right?
Hang on, I can't remember. Was Kern in that final fight against
Cunt.
the demons?
No.
No, he
Cunt
wasn't.
No, Cunt wasn't involved, he ran, yeah.
Right.
So can we just say that you two kind of summarize the past, and you all kind of get caught up because you've both been here in the session.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
your characters
was
take
more
like half an hour to talk to each other, and you kind of like get up
I
to
was more
speed.
getting at what story is Kern going to tell me about the death.
Yeah. So just kind of paraphrase what you say.
Are you telling me the fictional story you told everyone, or the actual truth?
About whatever. I guess he tells Lorne the truth of it, but he ties in that it was in fact the Southerns that stole the lady from Altdorf and not Antarius. So he keeps that one lie in.
What about the fact that you murdered her?
No, of course not.
You're definitely not telling Lorne that bit.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that like all the Ruiz and Romolo kidnapped Isabella, and then they killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To try and make you look like it was you or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what's happened, but not who caused the last.
The only
recent
things,
events, then.
yeah, the only thing that you think happened is that they stole her, not Antarius, and that they killed her, not me.
And I know the truth about everything else. Cool.
Basically, yeah.
In that case, I'm going to tell you that I'm currently on the hunt for this beast, and the mutants around about on the orders of Primus. That I'm also on the trail of Eltka Hertzen.
Telka
who I
Hertzen.
believe Elka Hertzen, who I believe is causing the rise in the Beastmen, and they're in association with the gang Red Crown, and that my trail has gone cold in Kemperbad.
Yeah, so Lorne has been chasing various Beastman warbands throughout Reichland, and has finally come to Kemperbad in pursuit of Etelka Hertzen, who is, he believes and understands to be, after interrogating a few captured mutants, he's learned that she is a high-ranking member of this cult of the Red Crown. That might spark a few recollections, particularly with Antarius, probably.
Oh, Cunt also takes this opportunity for his newfound friend's position, and he pulls out that tax claim from Altdorf and hands it to Lorne. But oh yeah, one other thing. I'm here on a official business, though it may people around here might be a bit tight-fisted. Perhaps you can give us a hand with this one.
Does Lorne know if he can recoup any of the tax for the expedition? He's got law politics skill.
What are you? So you're not in charge of the expedition, by the way.
No, I
that's
figured
that's
but
someone else.
Can he sort of levy some funds for the hunt against Eastman and all the
No,
other
he
stuff?
cannot. That's not something that you're able to do.
No, mate, I'm
look,
just...
what you've got in your hands, though, is a formal instruction by the Imperial Treasury to Kurnt to collect taxes from the Free State of Kemperbad in the as a representative of the Emperor.
Okay. Well, I think I should be able to provide some assistance. I seem to have become reasonably well acquainted with the local politicians.
No, there's a reason why they had. Well, the not been paying taxes as exemption here, half rights here. You know how the land is. But yeah, well, the capital aren't quite happy. The people around here seems like they've not been paying up for quite a while, and obviously they sent me because they think they're gonna retaliate.
Well, hand it to my squire, and I'm sure he will be able to earn something up that you can use. I'm afraid this is not my expertise.
Excuse me, sir, as one of the servants of the River Wardens returns. The rest of your associates have been taken to the Warden's estate, and they're all being tended to. I hope that is satisfactory.
Brilliant. The lady thanks you for your service.
If you would like to be escorted there, we can take you there now.
Probably would.
Lead on.
You might want to talk to Antarius. He's got the question. He's got the answers for your questions, not me.
This event also happened for the crew and Antarius as they were being brought up. But as you disembark from the warden's office and the jetty, you are brought over to a very large lift. That it extends up the entire height of the cliff. It is a very peculiar contraption. Seems to be fueled by some manner of counterweight system and some sort of steam mechanism. As it hisses and whirs as the large lift starts cranking and groaning as it pulls you all the way up the very tall cliff, right the way up to the top of the with a simpering smile, the servant hands over a handful of shillings to the toll collector at the top of the lift, and sees you all through, letting you into the town proper as you pass under the large stone walls, bringing you into the town of Kemperbad, which is quite a different sight to the streets of Altdorf, though not quite as opulent and grand and covered in these massive ancient Gothic structures. It is more well-to-do, it is cleaner, there are very few low-class peasantry around, most people are well-dressed. You almost never see anyone of brass status. Most people here are at least silver or above.
My kind of people.
It's a town of middle class. It's a town of middle class people and up. There's a handful of people that might be brass, but they're not very common. Most of the peasants, it seems, do not actually participate in life in the town, or indeed there are very few peasants, as Kemperbad makes a lot of its money from trade and commerce and tolls in particular, due to its strategic location. Indeed, you are all able to reconvene at the Warden's estate, which is a relatively humble abode. He's not the wealthiest man, but it is a reasonably nice townhouse. Most of the crew are they're just kind of vibing in the drawing room. Some of them have been provided with whiskey and spirits, and they're all having a reasonably good time. You also can find Antarius here, who has just been treated by a physician, and can consider his wounds recovered. Hang on.
Is my arm fixed or whatever?
Yeah, your arm has been... So hang on a minute, let me just go to...
I mean, it should be quick to fix, because it's relocated and then it's just an healing test over several turns. So it should be, once someone's popped it back in at least, a quick fix. As for the rest of his wounds, though, that's a different question.
Sorry, is that spilling through? Just the tapping of something naughty. Actually, I'm happy that Lorne's back.
Why? Because he just got the crew whiskey in.
No, because he's an actual good character.
Okay, you are able to heal up to 7 wounds after being treated by the physician. And
I also need that's how long my arm can't work for. So I have a -10 penalty using the left arm.
Okay. And as you are brought out of your room where you'd been given a place to stay, the doctor has finished packing up his equipment. He gives Lorne and Kern a brief nod as he makes his way towards the door, and passing you by as Antarius follows along behind him.
I'm going to
Antarius!
pass my condolences on to Antarius before Kern gets a chance to speak.
Oh. It's gonna say, look, I found the ghost.
I'm gonna roll a cool test to see if I get pissed at Lord.
Alright. Yeah, that'll be average, because you're not in combat.
Yeah. I just give him a small nod.
Glad to see he's not pissed about the hand.
I'll just lead into Lorne.
That's exactly why I was rolling the cool test, because I was just like, you motherfucker.
I'll lead into Lorne and I'll be like, yeah, he just lost his nephew moments before we pulled in.
Yeah, I'm assuming you told me that in the office.
Yeah.
I was offering the condolences.
So that leaves you as a group of 3, and your small crew. At which point one of them might have mentioned to you by now that Big Sig seems to have gone missing.
Look, Big Sig, we told him to leave and he left. I don't know where the fuck he left to because he wasn't on the fucking ship, but he's gone.
Maybe he swam.
God damn, this music hitting me.
I mean, the way I see it, it's what he deserved. The only problem is that Jost is dead now too.
Oh, did he drown, did he?
And 2 others as well, we lost quite a few there to those stallions. The last time I trust the Southerner.
Well, I believe the Warden has been ranting on about the Costas and other foreign crime syndicates.
Well, that's who they were. See, Lord.
I'm sure we'll come across them and can extract some vengeance.
I can't quite remember what they were doing. Some fight in Altdorf that they were getting involved into, and then they went in the ship with that woman. But they were definitely Acostas. One of them made himself known to be that, but
Do you think these Nicostas have anything to do with the Red Crown?
I doubt that. From how they handled themselves when we've had our situations, they seem to have been following the trail, playing along for a while, but I wouldn't think they're in cahoots.
Antarius, did you have anything to add about the Red Crown? Because I'm looking at you when I asked that.
I'm trying to remember what I know about the Red Crown. It's been a minute since we've talked about them, honestly.
Oh, I know.
All right, so we can do a bit of a refresh about what we know here, just to help you reorganize yourselves. So you have been aware of a letter that went from Atelka to what's his name, to Alberic Hollhauser, who was the guy that Ruiz and Romolo were trying to kill in Altdorf.
Right.
There is also a letter from what's his name? Carl Tugen. Remember? Johannes Tugen. Remember Johannes Tugen? He had a letter from Atelka that was giving him details on how to perform a certain ritual. You also know that there is this cult, the Purple Hand, running around as well, that are supposedly opposed to the Red Crown in some way, like they're rivals somehow. But it's not entirely clear how or why or what that whole situation is. Atelka Hertzen is the woman who passed through that village that you visited, and was the cause of that mutant girl, and basically took a bunch of men from that village to go and participate in a ritual. The Red Crown, the son or the nephew of Godric and Inga. I think I called him Simon, if I recall. He was also a member of the Red Crown and was trying to get his aunt and uncle sacrificed to them. Those are the ones that you rescued in the swamp from the Beastmen.
Mm-hmm.
They were also involved with the Red Crown. You also know from the Elven Embassy and also Erwin earlier shared information with you that Atelka Hertzen's last known place of operations, as it were, or she was up to something, in Grissenwald, which is a town far to the south along the River Reich, which is actually your current long-term destination. That's where you were going.
Right.
You also know that what's he called? Ernst Hiedelman. Ernst Hiedelman, who was the medical student that you shared a coach ride with.
Oh yeah.
Right at the very
first
beginning.
session.
Yeah, you guys saw him leaving Altdorf, traveling south towards Grissenwald. And it seems he may also be involved in the Red Crown. That more or less summarizes everything that you know so far.
Oh, that gives Morn a nice reason to journey on to Grissenwald.
So kind of you guys have been doing so much stuff that you've like completely... I've had to like recalibrate you in terms of what's actually going on with the plot.
Yeah.
Like, my god.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a plot.
Yeah, there is in fact a plot, believe it or not. Yeah.
Well, we've been like sidetracked for like the past 6 sessions or so because we've been on boat
Tom,
rides and whatnot.
I'm pretty
and-
sure we've done 2 episodes to a side track to every one we've done to the main plot.
Yeah.
Indeed.
At least.
Wasn't there something in Kemperbad that we could?
So there are a few
Track
things
down.
going on in Kemperbad. You know
Yeah.
that Klaus Jaeger, the hunter that you picked up in the last village that you visited, he was on his way to Kemperbad to join with an expedition that's supposed to be hunting some sort of beast, mythical beast called the Basilisk. And
I've just roped all you guys into helping me
and
be
this
in my party.
Lorne has reason to believe that these rumours of this basilisk may actually be related to the Red Crown and these Beastman raids that have been taking place.
Okay.
Few other things that you've learned about so far. You know that the Grand Prince of Ostland, you've heard rumours about this along the river, is supposedly hiring mercenaries and gathering troops. Supposedly there's some sort of like feudal dispute over land with the Count of Talabecland.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that war might break out in the near future over that.
And when we get there.
Well, you're not going there.
Oh, I thought.
Grissenwald is in
Talabecland.
Reichland.
I thought Nuln was in Talabecland.
No, that's it. No, Nuln is in Wissenland.
Oh,
Talabecland is to the east.
Sorry.
If you wanted to go to Talabecland, you'd be taking a right here, and you'd be going along the River Ster.
Need to know.
But you are going south, assuming that you keep going to Grissenwald, that is, which is fucking better. So you've got the expedition here in town. You've also got Kern needs to supposedly meet with the Council of Merchants and collect these taxes.
Which I've asked help for.
And I think that's just about everything so far.
What connections has Lorne made in Kemperbad besides the Warden?
You've basically only just arrived. You know that that the expedition is gathering here.
Okay.
And that supposedly there is some sort of hunts marshal who is gathering together local hunters and a few from further afield, gathering together to try and hunt down this monster.
Well, if it's
And they were gathering on the other side of the bridge about.
Yeah, right, somewhere in the center of town.
currently, what is it?
I
Is it like midday afternoon, or is it?
So it's late morning.
Like, oh, so cool, full day ahead of us, lovely. Well, after we're messing with his two only original comrades, I think Cunt would try and like go clean himself up and try and get audience with these merchant guilds.
Do I know if there's any elven or subhuman groups here in Kemperbad?
This place is mostly not cosmopolitan. It's almost entirely consistent of humans that live here. Supposedly, there is a small dwarf community that is responsible for the maintenance of the lift and other engineering works, like the lock system. Supposedly, there are also dwarfs down in Grisomwald as well.
Okay, but no real like high elves or whatever.
No, there is no elven community in Kemperbad.
All right.
So alone.
So the question now becomes, what are your intentions? Obviously, if you needed to bolster the numbers of your crew, there's no doubt that you'd be able to find individuals looking for work.
So when did you say that hunt was happening? Tomorrow.
You don't know. You don't know. Sometime soon.
We can ask the lad that's on our ship, or wherever he's gotten off to.
Or you could just
you
go
told
there.
Lorne about him. So Lorne is gonna collect the hunter and then head off to where they'd find information about the gathering.
Okay. What are Kernt and Antarius doing?
Well, I would try and go about the business of the merchant guilds.
Bear in mind, you also have cargo to sell.
Yeah, we did have a guy for that.
I can.
And you had another guy who could almost do it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Antarius is like literally like all about trading and shit before he became a brigand, so I can handle that. If you want to go talk to your merchants or whatever, and I could go around try to see if we can sell what we got and pick up another load to Grisomwald or wherever we're going next.
Yeah, well, they're good people here, and they know wealth. So I guess if when they see an elf selling wares, they'll want it more. Sounds like a good idea, Antarius.
So I'll start shopping around, see if I can find a buyer for the stuff that we have.
Okay. Go ahead for me. I'm going to deal with Antarius first.
This relates to Antarius.
Okay.
Does the crew know of Siegfried's deal of the 100 grain to Kemperbad?
I don't know.
I don't think you do. I don't think they do.
Yes,
Nah.
not the crew, but he told me because I was like, "Why are you using my shit? Like, pay me a gold crown then for travel fee and shit." I remember.
Oh yeah, because you've got the freight of grain to deliver here.
Yeah.
To house. It is house.
I didn't actually make a note of that, which is bad.
I did.
So yeah, I'd mention that to Antarius if he's gonna do that.
Yeah. So we've already been paid for it. So we just need to actually sell it to him.
Oh, we've been
Price,
paid
I
for
think,
it.
was already agreed. We got half pay for it to begin with.
Well, I
and
tell
then-
Antarius.
So it was you got 100 units of grain from Ulfhosser Merchant House. You wanted to transport it to Sturgau, not to Kemperbad.
Oh, Sturgau. My bad.
You received 7 crowns in freight pay, and you got half in advance, and the other half is to be delivered when you reach Sturgau.
Yeah.
Okay.
By their office there.
Sorry, not Kemperbad. My bad.
Yeah.
What the fuck's Sturgau?
I take it Kern passes that information on to Antarius, so he knows not to sell it just yet.
Yeah.
Seems fine.
was scary,
So,
so-
Antarius, can you please make for me a gossip test, please? This one will be average.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my lord. Oof. Okay, that's fine. You are able to find, over the course of the day, you are able to sell a large amount of the cargo that you have. You make various deals and so forth, but your bargaining isn't as good as it could be, but you managed to turn a profit. Selling the silk and metal, overall...
Antarius would have been aware that the metal was told to be a 20% markup in Nuln. Would he have wanted to sell that at this point? And he
it
would have
depends on
also
whether or
been
not...
advised, and Romulo told everyone, I think, that he believes that it's a 30% markup.
Right. Well, as far as the metal is concerned, either you can keep it if you think you'll ever end up in Nuln, or if you think that you need the funds now, you can sell it here.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
just wanted to
roll
make sure
a value
Antarius knows.
test to see if I can determine if it's worth selling here or keep it hold of
Well,
it?
you think it's reasonably worth selling. You won't get that 20% markup that you would get in Nuln, but it's a question of whether or not you think you'll ever be in Nuln. It doesn't
Yeah.
really seem like it's on your agenda right now.
Yeah.
So it's up to,
Okay.
like, it's not going to spoil, so it can sit there in your cargo hold for as long as you want. It's a question of whether or not you think you need it. We'll deal with the silk first, and then you can decide.
Yeah.
So you managed to sell the silk.
Mm-hmm.
For that, you make 17 crowns.
Okay. 17.
Remember what happened to the last
17.
guy who mucked the books?
Antarius is better charm though. So.
Okay, so the silk has been sold. You estimate that if you were to sell the cargo of metal here, you think you would make about 30 crowns.
About 30.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'll probably just sell it here. That's fine.
Okay. As you're dealing with the merchant that is willing to take this shipment of metal from you, he explains that he has some contacts with some dwarfs that live in that live further upriver, and he thinks that he can get a good deal with them to get some manufacturing done. And as you're talking to him, he gets to gossiping with you. He says, have you ever been to the village of Wittgendorf?
No, I don't think so. I have.
See, well, I would strongly recommend, if you're continuing south, I think you mentioned you were going to, was it Griswold, is that right? I would strongly suggest that you avoid Wittgendorf. It's not a place that you want to go to at all. The folk there are, well, we call them simple, but it's a bit worse than that, you see. It's what happens when too many relatives get married to one another, you understand? They're all a bit backward, as it were. Once upon a time, it used to be a thriving little town. Back in the day, it was almost a rival to Kemperbad, but, well, it's certainly fallen on dark times ever since the Wittgensteins turned up.
The Wittgensteins?
Yes, Castle Wittgenstein. It has a very, very evil reputation. No one's gone near the place for years. They say that the village mothers in Wittgendorf, they'd use the name of the castle to frighten their children to sleep. They say, behave, or the castle folk will come for you.
What's so apparently bad about Castle Wittendorf? Like, what do they do there?
Well, they say that there's a
Tremendous
curse on the
reputation.
place. You see, the Wittgensteins, they certainly didn't have a good run of luck during their tenure as the masters of Wittgendorf. Indeed, they've fallen on very hard times indeed. The castle's a ruin now, believe it or not. No one's been there for years. No one comes, no one goes. And, it's a sad tale, really. It's just a decline into complete despondence. It's almost as if they were cursed. As if Wittgendorf was on the verge of greatness, just about to eclipse Kemperbad, It even applied to the Imperial Court for a Free State charter. And then, well, catastrophe happened. Plague. People started dying off. People left. They all abandoned the settlement. It shrunk over the course of a few years, almost halved in size, and then halved again. Now is little more than a village lurking in the shadow of what used to be a much larger town.
Why haven't Wedge Hunters or the Altdorf sent mages
By
here before?
Sigma, do you have to say that? Why would you say something like that? Why would you talk about... I don't want to talk about them, right? That's not a good idea.
Well, you see my point, though. Why hasn't the state dealt with this problem?
I'm pretty sure they're a tad busy dealing with all of the beastmen and the mutants running about in Reichland. Well, besides, the reason that I came here to Kemperbad and the reason that I live here now is that I don't have to deal with all of the nonsense laws and rules and regulations and the nobles and the lords. Oh, they're so tiresome. Things are much simpler here in Kemperbad. You pay your tithes to the council and the council looks after you, and everybody's happy. It's very easy here. There's no lords, no titles, nothing like that that's going to get in the way of you doing what you want to do. All you need is a license and some ambition. That's what I like about Kemperbad.
Well, thank you for your time. Is
No
there
problem.
anything
Of course,
else?
if you find any more, if you happen to come by here again with more metal, I'll be happy to buy it from you.
Is there anything that you personally need moved right now while we're heading our way down to Gristenwald?
Well, I suppose, tell you what, I do have some contacts down in Grisenwald. A handful of my compatriots up at the Dwarven Manufactory, they're interested in heading down to Grisenwald. Supposedly there's some workers that they think might be suitable to work with them here in Kemperbad. I was wondering if you're able to take some of them down there with you as passengers. They'll pay their way, of course. Shall we say 2 crowns a head?
How many people?
4 of them should be enough.
Can I get back to you at the end of the day? I would have to talk to the captain of the ship, make sure we can take on this amount of people first before we head south.
Seems reasonable enough, sure. Just
Alright.
come and find me before the end of the day, yes?
Mm-hmm. And what was your
Alright
name
then,
again, sir?
ta-ta for now.
What was your name again, sir?
My name is Leopold.
Okay. Alright,
Leopold Switzer.
Gotcha. I give him a small nod and I make my way out and kind of just shop around a little bit. I mean, mostly just seeing if I can find any elves for the most part, but I mean, I'm also seeing if I can make any other types of shipping arrangements here too. But I mean, that could just be kind of glossed over.
Yeah, sure. Just make a haggle test for me to see if you can find any suitable cargo to move. It will be challenging, please.
Alright.
Okay. You're able to get a contract here. Someone is willing to offer you 10 gold crowns to move a large shipment of grain. Another shipment of grain. It's going to go from here down to Grisenwald.
Since we're heading that way, how soon does he need it delivered?
He's expecting it to be there within the week.
Okay. How long are we staying here? Like, do I out of characterly or like in characterly know how long we're gonna be staying here, or like?
I don't really think you have any strong
Siegfried,
estimation.
Yeah.
know that Lorne wants to take part in that hunt as part of his job. Other than that, I don't think there's much being discussed about what's happening here.
I mean, there's also the question if Lauren's even gonna come with us to Gristenwald too. So.
Well, that's something for you to discuss when you're back together.
Yeah. So I'll tell him I'll give him a consideration, and at the end of the day, I'll let him know.
He says if you can't make it within a week, he can still offer you the contract, but there'll be a 3 crown penalty for late delivery.
Okay. I give him a thanks, and then I'll make my way back to the others, I guess.
Okay. Kernt, you were going to... Actually, I'll deal with Lorne and then Kernt, I think. Okay, so Lorne was going towards the expedition. Passing the ball briefly to Lex and Lewis, do either of you think your characters that you've just whipped up right now might be appropriate to appear here at the expedition in Kemperbad?
I mean, I have some questions to how magic works, but other than that, I'm all good.
Right, okay.
I do indeed, as I am a warrior priest of Sigmar.
Yeah.
I am a warrior priest of Sigmar, and I'm sworn to slaughter chaos wherever it may be. So if there's a creature around, then sure, it will be killed.
And I'm
God, I'm sure you won't kill me this time.
I'm a shadow mage, so I'm either here to hunt the witches or I'm here to
Be the witch.
find out about late Edwin.
Oh, I almost forgot. Romolo.
Heard that our previous Grey Wizard died, and you investigate. We're in the area.
Well, we don't know he's dead yet. It's up to the DM. Anything you like, Mr. DM.
Okay, so we'll say that you are... So, let's see. Let me just quickly read your notes here, if you've made any.
Also, Lorne, you have to stay behind after school to explain to me what my character does.
Okay, so tell me, why
Okay.
are Karen and Jan traveling together?
Oh, we're traveling together.
Or are you? Do you know each other?
No, I want to hang around with some scabby...
Yeah.
Okay, if you
Like,
don't know each other,
those
why?
minded-
If you don't know each other, why are you both here at the expedition in Kemperbad?
As I
Awesome.
say, it can be after the witches, or it can be to try and find out about Erwin.
There's definitely precedent. The Grey College knows about the Red Crown. It's entirely plausible for you to have been sent here, trying to investigate them.
Yeah, that would be for me. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and for me, I'm here similar to like Jaeger. Like I'm here because I heard there's a big reward. I want to fight. I want to kill this thing, so I can basically like my whole aim at the moment is to earn enough renown that I can then kind of return to Altdorf as like this conquering, made good Sigmar warrior priest and kind of be promoted.
So
Okay.
you sort of a warrior priest that's exiled from Altdorf for being ruly.
No. I want to earn renown, like renown essentially. I was raised a bandit, and so I've got like a dark stain on me essentially. So I want to clean that dark stain off so I can be promoted.
To be gloriously redeemed for Sigma.
Exactly, that's the goal. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't
Yeah,
really
so,
try hard
Lorne,
to do another PK.
Lorne, you've been walking to the expedition in the company of Klaus, who has been explaining to you. He's just been chatting to you in general. He's quite an affable person, not really too hard to get along with, really. Explains that he's from Nordland. Used to make his money as a whaler, actually, before he started changing his profession, particularly after there was a bounty that was put out in his local town for hunting a mutant that had escaped into the forest. He'd ran it down, and from there his hunting expedition, his career had grown, and from then on he'd just been travelling around the Empire, joining the various hunt marshals in their expeditions to hunt down the beasts and foul things that threaten the realm of men. And
I'll join in the conversation, quoting about how the Duke of Baston, which is where Lorne is from, is famed for hunting biggest things with just his lance, and that many nobles have done the same, and I strive to take the part. Sort of boasting about the heritage.
he mostly makes jokes about not hunting in Bretonnia because they don't like it when people use bows, so he keeps out of that place. But he seems to respect your pedigree nonetheless.
And I'm just going to gloss over the fact he uses a bow and just focus on the fact that he hunts the monsters. So it's not
You arrive at this expedition that's mostly like a large pavilion has been set up here. There is a very large, very tall man probably almost knocking on like 6'7", like really tall dude. He looks to be in his like late 50s, maybe early 60s, somewhere around that area. But he's like, despite his age, he looks like he's quite quite vigorous. Definitely grizzled. He's got a long beard, greyed hair, and he's kind of like clearly an experienced hunter. He is dressed in clothes that suggest he's probably gold 2, maybe gold 3. He has a handful of attendants around him. And there's a gathering of maybe about 20 to 30 individuals here, or who all seem to be hunters or warriors of various different stripes, who have gathered here. There's a few even unusual figures. There's a Kislevite Cossack here, who is with one of his companions, and they're speaking to each other in Kis, or whatever their language is called. And there's also a pair of Norskans as well that have somehow ended up here. And it seems that men have been coming from all over the place.
They're at the Norskans because they're known for raiding Bretonia, and make my way over to... actually, does anyone else look anywhere near as important as myself or that person you described?
Well, you can see that there is a grey wizard here, who is quietly sort of appraising the crowd. It's still kind of part of it, but still lurking in the background, as grey wizards are wont to do. Probably one of the more interesting individuals here. And it also looks like there is a warrior priest of Sigmar, with reasonably low rank as far as you can tell by looking at him, who seems to be...
full plate or just an...
what is he wearing? No, he's wearing leather gear, so he's not kitted out in like the traditional regalia, but he does have a warhammer. He has his libram, and he has various charms, and clearly seems to be some sort of holy warrior.
Lorne, noticing the fact that he's a holy warrior, will nod towards him as he marches straight up to the guy who's obviously in charge, completely oblivious to all the others.
Well, bloody hell, Raumir! I didn't think it was you who was running this expedition, says Klaus as he spreads his arms and makes his way over towards the tall man, who seems to be in charge of the whole thing. The man looks up, eyes him for a moment, then smirks and gets up and shares an embrace with him. They start talking avidly. Seems that the two know each other and probably go back a long way.
Are you the one in charge of this expedition?
Eventually, the tall man turns to look at you, and he lets out a brief nod. Yep, that's me. Name's Raumir Raukov. I'm the Hunts Marshal here for Reichland.
Brilliant. Could you provide me with a rundown of this expedition?
Rundown? No offence, mate, but who are you supposed to be?
I square up, trying to make myself look as large as possible despite water. And go into a tirade of who I am, family history, and how I'm here on Primus' orders to clear out monsters and the like area.
Okay, make an average charm test.
Get an intimidate test.
No.
And, average, you said.
Yep.
Are we going to gloss over the fact that when you're going through the crowd, you describe Geralt of Rivia?
It did certainly seem that way.
Oh, you what, you mean Raumir? No, he's just like, he's tall and he's got grey hair, but he's like old. Like, he's not. Well, okay, sure. If that's how you want to picture him, go ahead. But
tell me what weapons he has.
Oh, he's got two swords, one's silver, one's made of steel. No, he's wearing like a lance-necked outfit. He's got a feathery hat with a lot of like various exotic-looking feathers in it. And he's got a deathjack bow.
Oh, sorry. Does he have any heraldry that would be recognisable on the uniform?
Let's find out.
Do a law heraldry test.
Yes, please.
Challenging or average?
Challenging. Okay. Yeah, well, fortunately, it kind of checks out just to kind of verify who he is. He's Raumir Raukov, of the Raukov family, who are nobility in Reichland. And his family was elevated several generations ago for military service.
And I interject into my spiel the fact that I know of the family.
He nods, and as you mentioned, Primus, he seems highly amused by the name of your liege. Oh, right, so Primus has found himself a new... Well, that's interesting. So, you're here from Primus, are you? All right. Well, situation's this. We're setting out tomorrow afternoon. This basilisk is supposed to be somewhere in the forest to the south. This lot that have all gathered here, I'm just going to give them all a brief rundown of, well, where we think this beast might be. We're not entirely sure whether or not it's alone. Some of the scouts have suggested that there might be some sort of mutants or beastmen that are associating themselves with it. You know,
Brilliant.
rallying around it like some sort of tribal totem, I don't know. Anyway, we're all getting kitted out. We're going to be bringing some war wagons with us. So that's going to be helping make sure that we deal with any of the bigger beasties. Got some good old black powder. I'll make short work of anything that's too large. As for the basilisk itself, well, rumour has it, it's a bloody big thing. Furthermore, so I'm told, it's got some sort of noxious breath that can turn men's skin to this kind of rigid, hard rock-like thing. And, yeah, it sounds bloody horrible. So I wouldn't recommend getting too close to it, though. Sounds to me like you might be from Britannia, so guess you ain't got much of a choice.
From Baston, famed area of beast hunters.
Yeah,
Do I know
right,
anything
right.
about
Well,
that?
hopefully that'll do you some good. Right, anyway, let's everybody gather up, please. Everyone gather up. And he starts calling to the rest of the crowd. And the Norskins and the Kislevites and the handful of other hunters, they're all gathered here, start milling around. Does Jan and Karak also make Karen, sorry, also make themselves present, or do you continue to observe from outside?
Yeah, I'll wander over.
Whilst everyone's gathering over, I'm going to offer up the services of the Berabelli, Bogenhopper even, as annual labour should it be needed, as they owe me a favour.
All right.
not as fighters or anything dangerous, but just...
Right then, to all the gentlemen who have shown up today, and the handful of ladies, welcome all. I'm glad that the Empire still has men and women of ambition. They're looking to make a name for themselves. This beast is what's known as a basilisk. I believe the Imperial Court have put a bounty on this one. I think it's worth 20 crowns, if I'm not mistaken. If you're able to bring us the head of this monster, you'll be well compensated. If we take it down as a group, which is much more likely, it'll be seen fit that you all get your equal and fair share according to my judgment of how much you contributed to the hunt. Is that clear? If anyone's got a problem with how that arrangement is, you can say so now so I can tell you to fuck off.
My only question, sir, is what happens if we die in the attempt?
If you die in your attempt, that is most unfortunate. Hopefully you have left the details of any of your family contacts with my notary over here. If you've not done so already, you should do so now. If you are unfortunately slain in the line of duty, we will make sure that a suitable compensation is delivered to your family.
Thank you.
Is there any renown or songs of valor given to those who land the finishing blow on the beast?
Do I sound like a fucking bard? Why don't you go and ask them? Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Oh, we got a wizard. I weren't expecting that.
Yes, I don't expect my share. I wish to tag along to observe.
Well, alright. That's a bit creepy by my reckoning, but if that's what you're into, fair enough.
Very well, thank you.
Right then. We'll be meeting here tomorrow morning. Make sure you're not late. We're setting off at the crack of dawn, so don't be having a late sleep. Right then. Let's get to it. He steps away from the group and starts making his way over towards his pavilion. The rest of the crowd starts to disperse. Most of the foreigners talking in their own language as they head off to try and find themselves a suitable tavern or boarding house where they can spend the day. That leaves Lorne, Jan, Karen, and Klaus stood in a group, with a handful of others still milling about nearby, but it's mostly starting to disperse.
How much cash do I get to begin with?
As a wizard, I will give you 3 crowns.
I have like 20 pennies. I'm not in a great state.
Should be a man of the people.
And on that note, you said we would get paid if we killed it ourselves, correct?
That seems to be what he said, yeah, says Klaus. Although, of course, in my experience with these things, the folk what try and rush off and do it themselves ahead of the rest of the group, well, they're the ones that don't get the share later because they're fucking dead.
Well, I'm not suggesting an individual attempt. I'm saying there's 4 of us here. We could attempt on our own.
DM, do I know how many people would normally go out on how many Bretonian knights would normally go out on a hunt for a similarly equal monster?
No, because you didn't really grow up in Bretonia. Like, you know a lot about it, but like your family was banished when you were fairly young. You weren't old enough to participate in any of the hunts. So I don't know. You'd probably assume that, like, I don't know, if you're going to send out some knights of the realm to deal with it, maybe 8, 9.
Oh,
but that's kind of like a hand guess, and you're not really too sure.
Good enough for me. I believe for there to be a reasonable chance of success, we'd need about 8 knights. Now, you're a warrior priest such as yourself might account for 1 knight.
Well, we got a wizard. Can't he just, like, you know, conjure up some shit and then kill it? It's just how it is, right? That's what wizards do.
Oh yes, I could do that.
I'm going to recoil and sort of make some gesture.
Perhaps you'd like me to turn it inside out, or...
I mean, that sounds pretty easy, right? Like, because what I'm saying is, if we got a wizard, right, he can, like, you know, make us all invisible or something, and then we just, like, you know, just stick a knife in its gut. It's dead, isn't it? If you can't see us, you can't kill us, right?
Maybe some kind of foul kind of.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to try it on my own. It's just I'm just pointing out the theoreticals,
I'm
right?
not asking you to try it on your own. I'm just saying that I have not the skills to find this beast alone.
Well, you know, I'm a good tracker.
Exactly what I'm asking. Can you track this on your own?
Well, I can try.
Sounds interesting.
Mate, if you want to have a go, I mean, we can have a go, but, like, it sounds like a nasty beastie.
Glory and the honor.
I'll do a deal with you, gentlemen. That you will keep all the gold from the kill if you take my assistance. However, you will owe me a favour.
State your favour now before I agree to your terms.
Oh, aren't we a suspicious Bretonians? Do you not sense nobility in anyone else? My favour is simply this, that there is, shall we say, unholy, suspect cult operating in this area. I'm in need of some arms to help me.
Are you talking about the Red Crown?
The red what?
Perhaps. Well, perhaps. Let's not go into specifics. All that's necessary for you to know is I need some muscle, some arms with weapons.
I myself am on a hunt for that group.
Then you'll accept
Bring
my
them
deal.
down. If that is the group you're talking about, then we do indeed have a deal.
And the others, I'm sure the priest would be keen to get his hands on some cultists.
Heretics.
Jan, Karen, and Lorne, please make a hard perception test.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to miss not having my third fortune roll.
Third, I'm on 1. Screw you. Perception is very and hard.
Yeah.
Eldritch.
Yes.
Oh, I
shit.
need to make that a public roll as
I was
well.
about to say, that's what I just realised.
Lorne, there is a sudden oof. Actually, I'll just do what I've been doing before earlier.
Are you typing out a whisper there, are you? Ah.
Yeah.
Can I ask what that glint is a reaction to? What word?
Just the conversation, it seems.
You got something to add there, Klaus?
What?
And I stare at him with the vacant eye and try and date him.
Make an average intimidate test. He coughs and looks slightly uncomfortable as you glare at him, and he frowns back. I mean, I don't know. You're talking about some kind of weird stuff now. I'm just here to hunt a beast, you know.
So what's with that gleam in your eye? What
You what?
You know.
I don't know nothing. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Can I tell if he's lying or?
You think he's? You're not entirely sure, but it's definitely sus.
Can I take an intuition test to see whether it's more to do with the receiving more gold for not splitting it 30 ways, or to do with the conversation with about the heretics?
Make a difficult intuition test. You're not sure exactly what it is, but something has made him a bit uncomfortable, and he is hiding something. It's just not clear what, and obviously you can't really prove it either.
There is a very simple way of finding out. I could just rip the information from his mind.
Whoa, excuse me?
Extremely painful, but if there's no longer lasting harm if he's innocent.
We got along well on the walk over here. Tell me what you're hiding, and I'll protect you from the wizard.
What? Hang on a minute. Oh, you're like threatening me now. What is this about?
Oh, it's no threat. It's just a simple spell. You see, I have to use the winds of magic, the shadow magic, and I reach through your eye sockets right into the depths of your mind, and then I sieve through the information as one would, like in a kitchen, to get the lumpy parts out, the soft grain, and then from that some of it may be lost in the process, but I will find out the truth.
Roll a easy intimidate test.
He stares back at you, his mouth agape for a long moment. Oh, fuck. Okay, look, there's a woman that I've met before, who knows this Red Crown lot. And, she, oh fuck. She did something for me. Oh fuck! What? Don't tell the witch hunters, please. I didn't mean nothing by it. I just really wanted to be better, to be a better hunter. That's all I wanted.
I see you did some form of deal with her, yes? I went a bit Elsassable then. So very sorry about it. Yes, you did deal, yes. Yeah, you did a deal with her, yes?
Look, it
What
was
manner of deal was it?
I had to bring. Oh fuck! Shit. I had to bring a child into the forest, and I had to leave it there. That was all I had to do. And in return, when I really want to hit something with my bow, I hit it every time, and it works.
That's a very good price for the death of a child.
No, I didn't kill the child. I didn't do nothing. I just left it there. That's all I did.
Well, I mean, it's not for me to say. Let's ask this priest of Sigma here. He's probably more an expert on morality.
I cannot believe. I don't do an accent. Talking to my head now. I can't believe you did this. It is anything that. Well, anything I've heard before. You made a deal with chaos.
I didn't do nothing like that. It was just a woman. Her name was Atelka.
What do you know about this Atelka?
Fuck. I met her in Midland a year ago. And she was passing through there, and she said that she had the power to make anyone's dreams come true. Anyone that they wanted, anything that they wanted, she could make it happen. And the only price that was that we had to give back to the forest. That's what she said. And I mean, I've been living in the forest all my life, so I thought, you know what, that sounds reasonable enough. You know, it's that's just like serving Tal, innit?
Can I take a law theology test to see what I know, if this is in line with the worship of Tal?
No. Well, no.
Okay. Well, to see if I know whether it's in worship or not.
Not really. No.
Okay.
Tal doesn't ask people to leave children in the forest.
That's what I'm asking. I don't know because my character's not really that focused on.
No, that's not something that Tal worshippers do.
So my character knows that.
You're pretty confident that leaving children in the forest is not like a normal thing for holy people to do.
Well, yeah.
No righteous God would ask that of anyone.
Well, how would I know? I'm not a priest, am I?
Perhaps we should speak about this outside.
We are outside.
Really, I thought we were still in the inn.
Oh no, you're not in an inn. You're actually like outside a pavilion, in a street.
Oh, let me restate that. Somewhere quiet.
I think that might be simple. And I'll grab him by the arm and frog march him towards.
He squawks in alarm. Meanwhile, Kern is making his way towards the middle of town, where the council office is. just outside the plaza of Sigmar. You're making your way along down a crowded street. And can you please make a hard perception test? Do you wish to re-roll?
No.
You're making your way down this crowded street, and you're bumping into various different people. And you're making your way up towards the council when you feel a sharp tug at the back of your head, and it makes you flinch, and you, ow! And you turn around, you look behind yourself, and you can't see what happened. And you reach up, and you can rub behind the back of your head, and you feel that someone's, like, cut a bit of your hair. Someone's ripped out a bit of your hair.
Like, ripped?
Like they've grabbed you, yanked your hair. That's what you felt when your head went back, and it seems like they've snipped it because you can feel where it's like like almost shaven, as opposed to the rest of your hair. So like someone's like cut your hair with a knife.
I look around.
You're surrounded by people, like you're in the middle of a fat crowd.
Okay, crowds. I guess I pull my hat on tighter and I go along, but I'm looking over my shoulder now. I've heard tales of such rituals.
After another 3 or 4 minutes of walking, you finally emerge from the throngs of this massive crowd of shoppers, and finally reach the council office. There is a sleepy-looking guard stood at the door who eyes you lazily as you approach. What do you want?
I am a conch knifer.
Yeah, go on.
I'm Conch Knifer. I am here on behalf of the Emperor's... What was the actual name of the...
The Imperial Court. The Imperial Treasury.
Treasury, yeah, the Treasury. I'm here on behalf of the Imperial Treasury to collect outstanding debt of the Merchant Guild.
That sounds like it's above my pay grade. Right, okay, go on. He clicks open the door for you.
Thank you. And I pass through.
You head through, you're in a small lobby. It's lit by a few candles. The floor is polished wood. On the walls are various oil paintings. Some are of Kemperbad. There's one of Karl Franz. And there's a few others of like still life and like landscapes and stuff. It's like just a cute little lobby. And in the front, behind like a glass pane, there is a stuffy looking man with a long mustache sat scribbling away with like a scale next to him and like a few piles of coins and some notes and a few drawers and some other measuring tools and bits and bobs on his desk. He looks up as you approach. Hello, welcome to the council offices of Kemperbad. How can I help you?
Good morning, sir. I am Conch Knifer. I'm here on behalf of the Emperor's Treasury in Altdorf.
Okay, do you have any official documentation?
Indeed I do, and I withdraw the documentation.
He takes it from you, slides it over his desk, and puts a monocle to his eye as he inspects the text, squinting at it for a moment. I see. It seems like everything is in order, actually.
You seem quite surprised.
Yes, this is quite irregular.
No, apparently to my superiors, this isn't the first time you've been contacted about this outstanding debt.
He smiles at you for a moment. He says, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to fill out some forms. Is that okay?
What forms could they possibly be?
It's just it's a matter of protocol. We need to fulfill this for our bureaucratic process. It's part of the Free States Charter.
Oh, bloody hell, you've free cities. Right, quickly.
Yes. Okay, so the first form, I'm going to need you to fill out 2B. He starts reaching into his desk, he opens it, and he removes a fat stack of papers. He slaps it down in front of you and pushes an ink and quill over towards you. Scanning over it briefly, you can see that it wants details about your genealogy, your work history. It wants 2 references to identify who you are. It wants to know the past 3 places that you've lived at. It wants to know where you were born. It wants to know the name of the priest who performed your dooming ceremony.
Halfway through filling it out, the fucking priest. Halfway through filling it out, cunt just stops and goes, "Now, there is no way to speed up this process, is there?"
I'm afraid not, sir. We need to complete Form 2B first, then we can move on to 7D.
Right, well, this will not stand for the court of the Emperor. There's been many attempts to collect this outstanding debt from the merchant guilds of Camperbad.
I'm sorry, sir. We are more than willing to pay what is due to the Emperor as soon as you've completed the necessary protocols.
All protocols have been made. Now,
It's clearly designated under Article 7 of our Free State Charter that any representatives of the Emperor must complete the necessary authentication checks as indicated by the Council of Camperbad.
You're fucked, son.
Cunt kind of leans back into right again, but then he stops and goes, "Now, I'll fill out this form. This one form. And I'm going to drop something. I'm not sure what it is, but
Your panties.
I'll think I'll forget about it. And then after that, I'll be seen to the merchant guilds. Yes? And
Well,
as I wait for his confirmation, I kind of jingle my coin purse a little.
Can you make a average bribe test, please?
Average bribe?
He stares at the rattling pouch. How much have you got inside it?
I have 1 crown, 18 shillings, and 12 brass pennies.
How much are you willing to bribe him with?
Right.
Hang on, Kern, did you still have those 5 gold crowns that Big Sig had, don't you?
Last I know, they were spilt on the floor.
They were indeed spilt on the floor
everyone
of the
was-
ship, and there was a
everyone was
mad
fighting.
scramble. And
So, right.
whatever happened to them, they're not on the deck of the ship anymore.
Yeah, we're down 5 crowns. Yeah, so I guess let me make a educated guess. I'm saying he's a silver class man, isn't he?
You'd say he's probably high silver.
High silver, so he's getting around what? Maybe about what's it? You get paid weekly, isn't it?
Yeah, they get paid weekly. He probably makes something
Oh,
like
8 silver a week.
yeah, he probably makes something like 8 shillings a week, maybe.
Right, I'll just drop 2 shillings on the floor as I felt empty. As I finish the form, I stand up to turn, just like drop 2 silver shillings, and I make my way to like the seating area.
The man looks down at the paperwork, and then he looks at the money on the floor. And he licks his lips for a moment. And then he kind of shifts and fidgets for a moment. Then he takes the forms, and he looks at you surreptitiously, and then he takes a quill, and he starts scribbling something on the forms. This process takes about 5 minutes.
The funny thing, like, Cunt's illiterate, but his memory only serves him because he can only fill out the first form because he remembers the writing.
You see him stamp the paperwork. He gets up and he makes his way round, and he accidentally pretends to slip over as he comes past these shillings. He scrambles on the floor with his papers, and he's like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no!" You just see him like kind of sweep up these coins into his pocket as he gets up with his papers and shuffles them around, and then he says, after he's pocketed them, he says, "Well, sir, I will see this paperwork expedited if you can return in 3 to 5 business days."
3 to 5 business.
No. Of course I do. You're clearly a man of some esteem, and you don't have the patience for such matters. Let me just go and talk to my manager. Excuse me. Bang, and he goes through a door.
Thank you. Is there anything else in this room?
There's a clock. Those are pretty rare and expensive.
How big's the clock?
It's a grandfather clock.
Oh.
Is this going to be another telescope situation?
Sorry, I don't have a bag of
Telescope
holding.
situation.
I don't have a fucking bag of holding. This isn't classic, right?
Stuff a grandfather clock into a bag.
Yeah, well, if there's nothing much that kind of catches his cunt's eye, he's patiently sitting with. He's actually gonna kind of dip behind the clerk's desk and just have a little peek into, like, if there was any other forms from previous tax collectors on his same job. Just because he's been told, but they're acting different. So.
Okay, so you're going to try and have a rifle around to see if you can find any relevant stuff. You can make for me, please, a evaluate test, please. Challenging. In fact, difficult, because you're illiterate and it's kind of hard to tell what's what.
Yeah, that's challenging or difficult?
Difficult. Oh my fucking god.
They're doing good today, fuck.
You go rummaging through, and it just so happens that conveniently you find this shelf, and you lift it open, and you can see that there are actually like a large selection of other forms that have been filled out by previous tax collectors, and you can see as you flick through them that the forms, they just go on and on and on, and they've all been like clipped together. And you can see there's Forms 2B, Form 7D, Form 18F. It goes on and on and on. There's so many. And some of them, like clearly they've just been, whenever a tax collector turns up, they just give them form after form after form. And you can see that the dates are different on them. So they've had to like come back on multiple days to fill out new forms. And clearly have eventually just given up.
Right, Cunt's going to... First, he's going to check, see if he can recognise any names. But ultimately, he's going to take not the whole filing cabinet of these sheets, but he's going to take enough to so he knows he can go back to Altdorf and be like, "Here, this is what's happening."
Okay, so you grab a handful of the sheaf of papers and you stuff them into your bag. And just as you're closing the shelf and you're coming back around, the door opens again. Good afternoon. Magistrate Leopold will see you now.
Ah, brilliant! Thank you.
He does have an appointment at 15:15, so it needs to be brief.
This shouldn't take any longer than necessary.
Of course, sir. Please follow me. You make your way down a long corridor. It's got a nice carpet, a nice green carpet. Eventually, you're brought into a study with a fireplace. And a leather chair that's quite luxurious, and a nice desk. And there is a man sat here, quite portly, probably in his late 40s. He seems to be counting some money, and he smiles at you as you come in. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Count.
Oh, please, there's no need for all the formalities. Sit down.
Oh, thank you. I must admit, it's been quite a day for me. But
Of course.
I don't want to bore you with the...
So my name is Leopold Switzer. It's nice to make your acquaintance. He reaches over and offers a hand to shake, and then the fat man slumps back into his chair and twiddles his mustache. So, what can I help you with, Count?
Now, I'm on here on behalf of the Emperor's Treasury. It seems there's an outstanding debt owed to the capital by the merchant guilds of Camperbad.
Is that so? Oh, how unfortunate. Such is the nature of the economy. These things, you know, these taxes and all these things, with so many overheads and so much legislation, these things tend to fall between the gaps. You know what I mean?
Yes, the troubles of the countryside have not fallen on deaf ears, especially in the capital. So we are willing to let this past forgetfulness be forgotten, as long as we have a speedy delivery of the owed coin.
Tell me, Kurt, how many businesses do you own?
I am a captain of my own ship.
You're a captain of how many?
A captain of 15 souls.
15 souls.
You like that?
He eyes you for a moment, dubiously. And he says, with all due respect, Kurt, I mean, let's look at the clothes that you walked in on. I mean, I can tell that you're not a man of great affluence, are you?
I'm a man.
There's no need to be embarrassed. Like, it's just the nature of things. Some men are wealthier than others. It's just the nature of the world.
I admit my part in this world is one of servitude, but do not forget that I am here in representation of our emperor.
Of course. I would never, ever think to besmirch the good name and what is due to our glorious Emperor Karl Franz, of course. But in the city of Camperbad, we have a certain way of doing things. I don't know if you've ever lived in a free city before, Kant, but the people here, they are libertines. They prefer to do things their own way. They don't like to be chafed and locked into certain routines or behaviors or rules or ways of doing things. Taxes, in particular, are quite revolting to them, you see. It's why many of them live here now, because there are so few taxes in Camperbad. It's a good place to live.
No, taxes do pay for the armies, and it seems like Camperbad's had quite the trouble with our southern neighbours, so I hear. As I said, pay the Emperor and his due coin, and surely you'll see the help that you may need.
Can't. The man leans forward with a smile, and he slides a sack across the table towards you. Wouldn't you rather just be a fellow libertine? Why don't you take part in the culture of Camperbad? He says, pushing this sack towards you some more. I mean, come on, the Emperor's not here, is he? There's just another one that could just, fall between the cracks. There's so many forms you had to fill in. It was just impossible. You couldn't navigate the strange labyrinth of Camperbad's laws.
Perhaps maybe they should send a more another man.
Well, maybe they should, but, in the meantime, you've come all this way. Why not enjoy yourself? Why not have a good time in the city of Camperbad? We have so many delights and pleasures here. He pushes the sack a little bit further.
How big's this sack?
Pretty big.
Pretty fucking fat. Well, Cunt will take the sack.
You pick it up in your left hand, weighing it. It feels like there's probably like 20 crowns in here.
Well, Cunt picks it up, weighs it, and he just doesn't even look at it, he just puts it in the bag, goes, well, perhaps I lost my way in the papers.
I suppose you did. There's so many forms, Kurt. I don't even know what half of them mean. I leave that all to the secretary.
You and I both. I'm illiterate when I say that quietly.
Listen, Kurt. Look, why don't you come by my house for a drink sometime? Oh, we can have a good time here in Camperman, at least before you leave.
I'll try and find the time. I do have some.
Bring your friends if you have any. I'm sure you must have. A man like you must have friends. Bring your friends. We'll all have a grand party.
I do have good friends, in fact. I've a renowned knight of Bretonia, Lorne de Butch.
Oh, ooh.
He's a
Ooh.
problem for you?
Well, you see, nobility. It doesn't quite.
3 cities.
It doesn't quite jive, if you catch my drift.
I understand. He might have an upset stomach.
I'm sure.
But I think I might have another friend who would entertain you.
Of course, well, by all means. I'm going to be hosting the party tonight, so if you want to come, by all means, you're invited.
Well, I greatly appreciate this, and I will return to Altdorf and tell them of nothing.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Ken. I do have another appointment now. I'm going to have to bid you farewell.
Farewell, friend?
Yes, of course. What did you say the name of your ship was?
The Bogenhof.
The Bogenhof, of course. You know, I actually met an elf earlier today, part of your crew. He was selling me some metal.
Oh, was he now?
Yeah, I think he said his name was Antares or something.
Yeah, Ant. Yeah, he's a good loyal man. He may not look it, but he's quite the delegate. Comes from a good stock in elven breeds.
Indeed. Well, you know, I've always been the cosmopolitan sort. Here in Camperbat, we keep an open mind about everything, even foreigners.
If you wish, I'll bring him to your party tonight.
Well, of course, why not? If he's part of your esteemed company, then I see no reason why not. Well, I'll bid you a good day, tax collector.
Good day to you.
Emperor's blessings.
Sigma bliss.
He nods and gestures to the door.
I look around the room once more before I just leave.
There's another clock in here.
Damn, these people on clocks. I leave with my riches.
As you take a peek inside the bag, there is indeed 18 crowns in here.
Jesus Christ, that's just in the very bottom of the bag, wrapped up, bags clutched in.
He's just giving you a small fortune.
And once I'm cunt's novice now, so once he steps outside, he's gonna look for a guardsman and tip him for an escort.
How much do you tip the guard?
I guess I give him money in this game. I'm not sure.
There are 12 brass pennies in a shilling, and there are 20 shillings in a crown.
And for reference, a shilling is a nice night at a decent hotel sort of thing.
Yeah.
Alright,
So you're looking. So a shilling is probably like, I don't know,
Like
if you were
an
going to
easy-
convert it, like 60 quid, 80 quid, something like that.
Oh, okay. I'll give him. I guess I give him like half a dozen pennies. Half a shilling then.
All right. He eyes that for a moment, and then he's like, "You know what? I ain't got nothing better to do. Why not?"
Now there's folk going around grabbing people's hair. Don't want that again.
He gives you an odd look before gesturing on. Where are you going?
Down to the docks. My ship's the Bogenharper.
Right. And as you are escorted off, we're going to bring the session to an end. So that was a fruitful and eventful
Eventful indeed.
session, I think. A lot going on there. Right, so
My 30-minute adventure trial turned out to be a fucking slaughter.
yeah, time to award some experience. Antarius, you've earned 30 XP.
Okay.
Kernt, you have earned 30 XP. And
Yeah, man, I was popping off. Come on.
Jan, Karen, and Lorne,
You have each earned 15 XP.
Yay.
We will take a vote now for the best role player of the night. We'll start with Wundy.
Romola.
Fair enough.
I'll-
That can end up going to Jan if he wins.
Yeah.
That's fine. Lewis?
I'm gonna have to go with, Antares, I guess, for the whole like angry prejudice and then all that. That thing's worked well.
Okay, fair enough. Quinn?
Antares, because I believe he held back.
What did
He
I
didn't,
hold
he
back
just
on?
got stuffed. That's all that happened there. It was just like 2 professional fighters beating up a cripple.
No,
I
that's
just
my
didn't
serious.
roll.
That's a serious vote to Antares, because otherwise it was gonna fucking Lewis's to buff his character up.
Ben?
Gonna go for the armless Antarius, charging at Ruiz and Romulo.
Just trying to headbutt them. Lex.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go for Kern because that was straight up gangster. That was like-
I mean, she's a loose end.
Yeah, that was very gangster, wasn't it? Like Jesus.
It was
I mean,
just
he
like,
solved
as
it
soon as he
nicely
did it,
before Lorne came along as well.
I was like, "What the hell?" And then I was just like, "Oh no, that's actually genius," because it just like, it's a risk, but it just got him completely out of the idea of like, how do you explain?
Yeah, brutal. Okay then. So that's Antarius with an extra 20 XP today. Thank you, one and all, for
See if he gets enough
participating.
XP, does he grow another hand?
No, but if he gets enough money, he can get an iron one.
Yeah.
That's what we're all hoping for.
It costs 20 gold crowns to get
Only
a new
20?
hand. Yeah.
That's not that much. We've got a telescope that's worth twice that.
Well, I got 47 on me right now, plus the 3 that I originally had, so I'm at 50 gold crowns.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, you sold everything.
You
I
sold
sold
all
everything.
all of the cargo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're holding on to it. Well, I've got my now 19 crowns.
Honestly, like, I'm actually kind of happy to be rid of Romulo.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I
as
like
much that's what I mean. As much as I liked him and he was a good character, like I did feel like in order to play the role, it was actually more like PvP slaughtery than fucking Runk.
No, Ronk killed the NPCs. He was a good character.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Runk was like NPC murderer, can kill anything, and then obviously it went wrong with Lorne, but it was fine. Whereas like
You're not going to
he
start
wasn't-
actually killing the players now, are you?
no, exactly.
You're not gonna
that's what
like
I mean,
come
but,
round
like,
to our houses and like start murdering us, eh?
I only know where like one of you lives, so the DM will go first.
I think I'm the one
Fuck.
at risk because I live closest, though.
That's true, but I'm not sure where you are. Whereas I know exactly where Leon is.
Remind me not to ask you help for moving.
All right, guys. I'm gonna call that it. We'll end the recording there. Good night, all.
Yay.